Time is a season. Time ain't no reason. Got no time to show. Time everlasting. Time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side. Time will never know. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were blue. But I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you.
Hey, everyone. Let me go to chat. Sorry I had to change it, but I got a little and he had a sour tummy and I had a mess to clean up. So there was that. So I had to change my live. And then I didn't even see that Nonsense was live. I felt bad. That's why I made it for 10 o'clock, trying to make it as late as I could. Hey, Hope. Hey, Mystery. Hey, Mr. Nobody. Hey, Language of Horses. How's everybody's Wednesday? What a day it's been. We're going to, I guess everybody knows what's going on with, I hate to even give this, but I'm going to give it content one time. The Summer Wells so-called new fake evidence. We're going to review a little bit of a live. And I may just do the audio because I know Dolly likes to strike. So I may just do the audio. But even if he does strike me, as long as I fair use it, you know, he can't do nothing. But I've been wanting to talk about the Mandela Effect. And there's other effects as well. And you'll be probably quite surprised at let me see, I send it all to myself. It's just really, and I seen it on another creator's channel, and it got me very interested. So then I went and looked it up, and there's actually more than just the Mandela Effect. Turtle Boy fraud. There's also called the Streisand Effect. Have you ever heard about that one either? I'll show you. Pretty weird stuff which you can find out. And then when you see the things that I'm going to show you, it's going to make you think. But what's weird is that even goes on these YouTube streets. Yeah. Hi, literally Davis. I was kind of surprised. No, I wasn't. That's a lie. But it says, well, let me share screen first. But we'll talk for a couple minutes because that's what YouTube wants us to do before you jump into anything. So we'll talk for a couple minutes. Hey, Mystery. Yes, BHB does the Streisand so effect on herself weekly. So you know where I'm coming from. uh, it's dark out here. I don't have my little ring light for my laptop because I have to get an adapter. But actually, I could use it because I'm not using the other mouse tonight. Maybe. But I have a big one for in the house, and then I have a little one for on the laptop when I'm out here, and it's dark. I wonder if you could turn the patio. I'm gonna have him turn the patio lights on because it's really dark, isn't it? Yeah, I just might have him. Once I get into something here, I'll have him come out because he's noisy. Steiner Marie, hi. Stina. You love Mandela Effect things. I seen it on someone. I seen some clips. She just went, showed a few clips. But she did a good job with it, and I was like, wow, there's got to be more to that. So then I started looking, and oh yeah, there's a lot. There's all kind of things with music, words you think you've heard in movies or songs that didn't happen. It just everyday products that you've probably bought 1,000 times in your life. You think you knew the logo? Well, maybe not. Ed McMahon delivered checks for Publishers Clearinghouse. Dang it. I will die on this hill. You might have to. They're saying that's not true. That's part of the effect. That Ed McMahon never really delivered a winner's check. The fruit of the loom, yeah. I'm older than some, so I honestly I remember that. The cornucopia argument. You know what's weird is I know someone who probably still has that may be able to solve the mystery once and for all about that, because I know she still has all his clothes, and it's been 25 years, and I'll bet you there's some original Fruit of the Loom in there. I'm going to ask her to look. We could solve this once and for all. Was there a cornucopia or wasn't there? But besides that, I am going to show you part of Dolly's live where BHB, none other, and that, what do they call her? Voices behind the wall. Too bad she don't stay there. But share or whatever, her and her new evidence that she had for over 2 years, and it's so horrific that it just now made her have to call law enforcement and turn it in. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. But okay. And then, no, the pictures are not viewable. You won't be able to see them. They can't see them. Even old Spanky Boy, who Cher goes to for credibility, because let's face it, we all know she don't have any. So she used, I don't know why she thought using Spanky, but we all know how he likes to mess with pictures and videos. Kathy, we're probably close in age. There are so many things that can relate to all of this. Yes, there is. There is. I don't know about all that stuff. Seems a bit sus. Yeah. hmm Well, we're going to review. I don't want to watch the whole live. Because for what? I'm going to review the part with the trio making all their claims and accusations and so-called theories, but they don't state it as theory. They state it as fact. They just exploit this little girl to no end. To no end. And now they're starting to do it with the Monkey Vaughn case. I don't know when it stops. When is someone who has authority going to step up and say, hey, this is ridiculous. This is totally exploiting these children and their families, their tragedy, and sometimes mucking up the cases. Someone's got to. Anyway, I'm only doing it because it really pissed me off. I don't like that Voices Behind the, I think that's her name, Voices Behind the Wall. Maybe some people should do what their names say and stay behind the wall. Just saying. No, I'm not going to smoke. I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute. Anyway, we'll do the man. Do you want to do the live first, or do you want to do? Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, so give me a 1 if you want to do the live first, or 2 if you want to do the Mandela Effect first. It doesn't matter to me. We might need some laughs after that live, because it's not a whole portion. I'm not doing the whole live. No way. No way. Hey, Evil Queen. Tennessee asked them to only call with legit information. Monkey Vaughn's family asked them to stop talking about it. I know. Do you think anybody's going to listen? In all honesty, do you think anybody's going to listen? No, they're going to double down and triple down. You can't win with these people. Okay, we got a 1 so far for the video. I got to mute it in. Oh man, my sinuses are so. I have such a bad sinus infection. So only one person wants to see the video. Everybody else wants to do the. BHB needs to change her name to Pull Betty. Did you see her 2 appearances at her city hall? Yeah, she's still worried about that phone line. She's been preaching about that now the last 3 or 4 meetings. She wants that open phone line because she's such an important activist. She may be on the road because she's so important with these cases. She may be working a case and still want to call in and do her activism. So she wants that hotline back open. And then after her second appearance, and she's patting one of the politicians she's kissing ass to on the back, saying, "No, I agree." Some dude comes up and just tells her, "Nope, nope, totally the opposite." It was okay. At least she's active in her town. But come on, you're not a superstar. You're not a big-time politician or a big-time activist. You're not the media. Anyway. Oh, I don't care. All right, we'll talk about the Mandela Effect. I know once I get into this, I'm going to want to show you everything I found. And there's like hundreds of different clips. I mean, there's movie clips, there's music clips, there's ad clips. There's a lot. So maybe we'll do a little bit and then jump into the live, and then I'll save the good ones for after the live so we can get some laughs, because everyone's going to be pissed off. Trust me, you're going to be pissed off. Even if you're not connected to the case, it just pisses you off that 3 grown adults would sit there and do this, especially 2 of them. Yeah. Anyway. And Justin's did a live on it, because that's who she called in for credibility. But yeah. Let me share screen. In my mind, I was like, yeah, that's real credible. Now we forget how he tried to fix the images so you could see the body of that young girl, because he's twisted. But yeah, credibility. Ouch. Okay, now this tells you that we're going to read this. This is, I hope you guys can see it good. Oops. Okay, now look, I need my mouse to work tonight, all right? Come on now. Come on. The Mandela Effect, the Streisand Effect, and other effects. You'd be surprised how many effects there are. Guess we're a pretty messed up race. I don't know. Human race. There's the bystander effect. There's the CSI effect. There's the Streisand effect. There's the Dunning-Kruger effect. And there's more. Oh, no. What am I doing? Stop doing that. Stop. You know that things happen when you first learn about something, and then you start seeing it everywhere. Or when participants in a medical trial start to feel better even though they've been taking a pill with nothing in it. The placebo effect. Hopefully, there are names for these things. In the context of psychology, these things that happen, these phenomena, are often referred to as effects, especially in the specific names that have been given to them by the researchers who observe and study them. That would be a cool job, though, to just sit around and study, That would be cool, I guess. And here's several examples of effects. Some already well known, some increasingly part of the cultural dialogue that may help to explain various strange workings of the human mind and behaviors. The Streisand effect. The Streisand effect refers to a phenomenon in which an attempt to hide or censor something causes that thing to get more attention than it would have otherwise. This term was coined by writer Mike Masnick in 2005 and is named after singer Barbra Streisand, who in 2003 attempted to have photographs of her home removed from an online research gallery. As a result of her legal action, Streisand unintentionally created more interest in the photos than if she had done nothing and just let it go. If she had never said a peep, nobody would have been the wiser. That's it. The name is now applied to cases in which this happens, especially when it involves a celebrity. Why does this ad keep popping up? Get the hell out of here. I don't want none of those ads popping up. Okay. Do you want some real life examples of the Streisand effect? I'll show you. I already read to you what it is. Here is a hypothetical example of the Streisand effect. Someone posts an embarrassing photo of a celebrity online. Around 100 people see it. The celebrity takes action to enforce its removal. Upon learning of the legal action, the media covers the story. As a result, millions of people seek out and view the photo. The Streisand effect. Okay, I just called it wanting to get free media. But because come on, some of that's all done on purpose. Now let's be real. Let's be real. All right, now let's go to the Mandela effect because there's some cool stuff to show you. The Mandela effect refers to a phenomenon in which a large number of people share a particular false memory. The Mandela effect was named by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome in 2009 after a particular experience she and others had involving false memories of former South African President Nelson Mandela. Oh, and I spelled it wrong. Jeez. Anyway, or either that or spell check didn't work. Broome and many others have falsely remembered that Nelson Mandela died in prison during the 1980s, when in reality he died in 2013, well after his release in 1990. Other common examples of the Mandela effect include the widespread false memory that the series of children's books was called the Bernstein Bears. The name is actually spelled Berenstain. Or that there was a Shazam film starring Canadian Sinbad as opposed to the actual movie Kazam. Shazam, yeah. Wait a minute. I remember that. It was Kazam, starring basketball star Shaquille O'Neal. Explanations for the phenomenon vary, with many of them crediting it to the confusion or conflation or multiple events. More extreme theorists explain these bizarre and widely shared false memories as being the result of an alternate universes or timelines. Alternate universes. Could we be in one? I don't know. Anyway, let me bring up some examples. This is wild. There's so many to show you. And then there's Mandela effect mentioned in Criminal Minds. In criminal cases. There's the Criminal Mind Reddit from the Mandela effects. It's crazy. Here's 5 of the creepiest. That should be cool. Wait a minute. Let me share screen. I wish there was an easier way to do this. You have to share screen every time you want to show something. Now, these are 5 of the creepiest Mandela effect mysteries, supposedly. Hopefully, I won't get in trouble for showing these, but no, wow.
The Mandela Effect refers to a strange phenomenon where large groups of people remember an alternate history. Events that never happened are clear in their memories, and often similar or exactly the same as others affected by this effect. The cause of the Mandela Effect remains unknown.
Hi, T. Marie.
Number 5. The Mandela Effect that started the discussion about this strange phenomenon surrounds the man that the effect was named after, former South African President Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela became famous due to his activism and his work to end apartheid in South Africa. He was part of the African National Convention and led the first African-led law firm in South Africa with his new law partner Oliver Tambo.
He's a hell
In
of a man.
1964, he and other activists were convicted of sabotage and sentenced to life in prison. For the next 26 years, Mandela was in prison. During that time, Mandela was held in many different prisons, including the notorious Robben Island. He and other political prisoners participated in hunger strikes, and at one point, Mandela contracted tuberculosis due to the conditions. As well as general anti-apartheid protests, there were protests specifically for Mandela's release. Finally, in 1990, he and other political prisoners were released. In 1994, he was elected the first black president. He was 76 years old but had an active calendar, meeting politicians, dignitaries, and business people from around the world. Even after retiring from politics, he remained in the public eye. He continued his activism and charity work and helped campaign for the 2010 FIFA World Cup to be held in South Africa. In 2013, a film about his life was released, adapted from the autobiography he wrote in 1994. Just 1 month after its release, Mandela passed away due to a respiratory infection. This was a surprise to many people, who distinctly remember him passing away decades earlier. A large part of what Mandela achieved occurred after he was released from prison, but for many individuals that never happened. Instead, Mandela passed away in prison at some point in the 1980s. What he passed away from isn't clear, but some remember it being down to the hunger strike. Others believed it was some kind of illness.
Now, I was young. I think I was in 10th grade when all this started, when they were maybe a little older, when this was all being said. Dogs are freaking out. Put this back on.
Likely tuberculosis. His passing had a major impact on the anti-apartheid movement. He was now a martyr. There were riots in the streets which made appearances on news broadcasts around the world. Mandela's widow, Winnie, made a moving speech. For some reason, his funeral was also televised and watched around the world. People recalled hearing about his passing while at school, so it was strange for them to then hear about his passing again as an adult. The first time this Mandela effect was noticed was actually before his passing. In 2009, paranormal researcher Fiona Broom wrote about her memory of Mandela passing away. At this point, he was alive and well and still in the public eye. It can be an easy mistake to believe an elderly celebrity has already passed away, especially if they're from a different country and don't appear in the news.
People went hard at this then. They did. They went hard at this. I mean, if we heard about it in school, which we weren't supposed to, once, but we had a really cool history teacher. She would slide us info they didn't want us to have sometimes, because it wasn't true. But people ran with it back then.
News outside that country very often. But what makes Mandela's false passing so significant is just how many people distinctly remembered it happening.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a case of them simply assuming that someone
they were going everywhere saying it, preaching it. Yep.
They hadn't heard about for a while had passed away. People questioning this Mandela effect often ask why Mandela was well known and why his funeral would be televised if he passed away while in prison. Mandela was known outside South Africa in the 1980s.
Now, we had a cool history teacher, current news topics and stuff like this. When we were supposed to be having our drama club meeting, we were actually be talking about this kind of stuff. She wasn't allowed to do that. None of the teachers were, unless it was in the curriculum and approved. And they didn't want this talked about in the classrooms in high school until later, years later.
A bust of the freedom fighter was placed in London in 1985, and there were various protests around the world fighting for his release. If he'd passed away in the 80s, his name would likely still be known around the world. He probably wouldn't have remained as famous as he is today, though. It's also unlikely that his funeral would have been televised.
Yeah, it was. I hope it was done. It was actually a rumor started by, which I read that to you in the beginning, but we'll do it again. Yeah, they swore they saw, they knew, and yeah, it never happened. It's wild.
As he was still seen as a danger.
Took off. It took off.
dangerous criminal at the time. One explanation for this Mandela effect is that people mixed up Mandela and other political prisoners. In 1977, Stephen Biko was arrested and attacked by police officers. He passed away due to the
trying to solve the murders of 3 young girls in 1973.
We're now actively trying to find a
wounds. His passing did cause riots, which people have associated with the false passing of Nelson Mandela. His funeral was also televised. In 1981, Irish Republicans went on a hunger strike, which led to the passing of 10 prisoners, including Bobby Sands.
Yeah, she even let us talk about that, and we weren't. But yeah.
It's possible that this memory was also associated with Mandela. Interestingly, there's a separate conspiracy theory that states Mandela passed away in the 80s. This theory differs from the Mandela effect, though, as Mandela was allegedly replaced by a lookalike, who then went on to become the first black president of the country. The Nelson Mandela Foundation put out a statement refuting this conspiracy, and there's no evidence at all that it was true. In this world, Mandela definitely lived to see his...
And believe me, if there would have been truth to that, by now it all would have been out.
Release from prison, and went on to spend 2 more decades influencing South...
Hey, Happy Life. Hey, Quirky. Hey, Roman Scissors.
South Africa's politics and public life, and inspiring people around the world. But perhaps in another world, it was the people who were inspired by his martyrdom that went on to lead the post-apartheid South Africa. Number 4. For the most part, the Mandela effect seems to impact relatively small things. There are subtle changes to names or logos. At most, the life of one person might be significantly different. But some believers in the Mandela effect believe that the entire world has been changed, quite literally. The world map has gone through a lot of iterations over the thousands of years humans have been making maps. Even today, when almost every landmass on the planet has been mapped and explored, the world map has changed slightly. Today, those changes are mostly due to projections. It's impossible to accurately portray the 3D world in a 2D format. Most people know that landmasses near the poles are stretched out more than those near the equator. Some more recent maps have tried to correct for that, meaning there might be some slight differences in the sizes of northern landmasses in new maps. But the changes attributed to the Mandela effect go far beyond that. For many, the location of New Zealand is wrong. When looking at the globe of the Earth today, you might find New Zealand to the southwest of Australia. The 2 islands are so isolated that they're often left off of world maps entirely. It wasn't until around 1300 that humans even arrived, and it's recognized as the last significantly large inhabitable place that humans ever settled. Every year, Auckland is the first major city to ring in the new year. But that hasn't always been the case, at least in the minds of some affected by the...
Wait a minute. I want to show you something else. That's not creepy. Okay, we'll do the 15 baffling movie. Oh, by the way, AMAC, I want to thank you. I don't think you're here, but I want to let this avatar, AMAC did that AI for me. I thought that was so sweet of her. Okay, what is going on? Why won't it let me show it? There we go. All right, it wanted to show my whole messenger. What the hell? Anyway, this is 15 of, this is the one I meant to click. 15 of the most baffling movie Mandela effects. The Mandela effects have been confounding believers and annoying skeptics for years. Some of the most common Mandela effects can be tied to films. Oh my God, these ads, what is going on? There is like a ton of ads on this page. When I watched this earlier, stop seeing this ad. Not interested. How do you get this thing to go away? Don't go away. Oh, annoying. And even ad blocker wouldn't help with that. The Mandela Effect has, I read that. It's the idea that so many people could have the same erroneous memory, which feels most unsettling. The original name of this effect is based on the vivid recollections that many have of Nelson Mandela dying. Long before he was released, we just heard all that. As believers, they will tell you these memories, these these memory changes are related to the CRN particle collider ripping holes in reality and drifting us through timelines. Ask non-believers and they'll tell you that the human memory is just whacked. Some of the most common Mandela effects can be tied to films. In many cases, it could simply be an issue of changing words to accommodate the quotability. Others, however, feel a bit more complex. For any fans of the following films, these world verses, mistaken realities, are enough to send anyone down a YouTube rabbit hole. Enjoy. These are the 5 most baffling movie Mandela effects explained. Okay, now this is Humphrey Bogart. Never says, play it again, Sam, in Casablanca. He never says it. The most famous line in Casablanca is one that was never said, despite being quoted for decades. The iconic play it again, Sam was never uttered by Humphrey Bogart or anyone. The actual line doesn't even come close to the misquote. Sorry, to the misquote. What Bogart really says in the film was a variation of the same idea, but nowhere near the wording that people think. What he said was, play it once, Sam. For old time's sake, play it, Sam. For such a legendary film, this is one surprising misquote from the film buffs who love it. Now, everyone always thought that he always said, play it again, Sam. No, it was play it once, Sam. For old time's sake, play it, Sam. But it was play it once. I didn't know, yeah. Lost in translation. What did Bill Murray whisper to Scarlett Johansson at the end? Darth Vader doesn't say, Luke, I'm your father in The Empire Strikes Back. Everyone misquotes Star Wars. Ask anyone, and they will say that the twist reveal in The Empire Strikes Back is easy to remember. It was Luke, I am your father. Except that's not Luke. I am your father. The line is actually, no, I am your father. While most will assume that the original quote is too vague to be used in day-to-day movie quoting, thus it was changed by many to name Luke. There's one small problem. Even James Earl Jones, the voice behind the famous line, remembers it the wrong way. Well, I'm pretty sure I heard play it again, Sam. Now I gotta watch the movie again. Nope, the real line is play it once, Sam. Yeah, I actually had to myself. But there's a couple more. I mean, come on, even James Earl Jones remembers it the wrong way. And then in Jaws, it isn't, we're going to need a bigger boat. Another iconic film line, another misquote that was never said. Apologies to the children of the 80s who have quoted this Jaws line while entering a dock with friends. But no one says we're going to need a bigger boat in the film. I wish they'd actually let me play the clip, but they don't. It's just a picture. I don't think it'll play it. Like, maybe it will. No, see, it's just a picture. The real quote was, seriously, yes, seriously, the actual line uttered by Roy Schneider was, "You're going to need a bigger boat." While while close in wording, it makes a big difference for some. It's a simple error. For others, it's a major issue, as they swear the original line was "were" and not "your." Does that not sound like the YouTube streets? Think about it. People are good. They'll get up here, they'll fire up lives, and they'll argue till they're blue in the face because they think you said it one way, but you actually didn't. You said it a different way, or they misread a comment. Or okay, YouTube streets. Why won't that go away? Go away. No, go away. This ad thing will not go away. Get out of here. Leave town. Thank you. It came right back. Are you kidding me? Oh, it won't go away. Anyway. And then there's the one with the magic mirror on the wall. Not Mirror, Mirror in Snow White. You'd be hard pressed to find many people who don't think that the evil witch in Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs called her Mirror, Mirror, Mirror. The historic quote is actually "Magic mirror on the wall. How about them apples?" What? How about them apples? That don't even sound right. Okay, we need those clipped because I heard two different versions. Return of the Jedi. He said it two different ways. Yep, but it was no, Luke. I am your father, not. I do remember that. I'm not a Star Wars fan. My husband is. It was the misquote was Luke. I am your father, but that's not actually what was said. What was said was, no, I am your father. No, I'm not. I don't. I didn't know this one about Snow White. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you say mirror on the wall? How about them apples? Because you gave her the poisonous apple. Well, okay. It sounds strange to say, and the countless misquotes through pop culture make it feel like a group error. From parodies to book titles, the stream of residue from Mirror Mirror remains. While it might sound right to most people, those doing research and creating new pieces of art would most likely verify the wording. It's bizarre and easily correctable error that so many people seem to make. Oh, I remember. Okay, wait a minute. This one is um, Star Wars. Golden C3PO has one silver leg. Quick, what color is C3PO? Gold? Cool. What color is his leg? Nope, silver. If that one doesn't knock you for a bit of a loop, you might be an android. Did you ever notice that he had a silver leg? Oh, T. Marie, thank you so much. Luke's line is, "You killed my father." Hence the response back, "No, Luke, I am your father." Yes, ho! And I don't even know them. We need to make an anoint to the community. No drama is allowed for 2 days so we can find and compare clips. Well, you gotta let me do this video, this short little this part of that live, and then I'm all for it. I'll help find the clips. But I gotta do it. But yeah, some of this stuff is crazy. Which one is this? Oh, this is the Sinbad one. Remember this? Does anybody? I remember this. Sinbad never made a movie called Shazam, but I remember the Shazam stuff though. I do. But it was Gazam in the mid '90s. Sinbad released. Oh, whoa. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Oh, my mouse is nuts. Where did it go? Hey. Why the heck did it do that? Now it wants me to sign up and have an account. Hold on a minute. Jeez, oh man, are you kidding me? No, that's not what I want. Let me go out and come back in. Why is it doing that? Get back here. It wants me to create a goddamn account. Are you kidding me? No, just sign in with Google. There we go. Okay, I had to do an account just to keep showing it. That's ridiculous. I'll cancel it real quick because I don't want to be spammed with a bunch of junk mail from them. Anyway. Okay, now you can make all these damn ads go away since I went through all that crap for your site. Let's see what else they got. But yeah, I remember Shazam. That's what we were reading. The movie's about a genie discovered by children in their attic. Yeah, and has some memorable moments in the trailer as the kids unearth the comic from his magic lamp. He appears in a puff of smoke. As he announces that he is the genie of the lamp, the children scurry, with one of them screaming, "It's a kidnapper." Yeah, I remember. Good times. One small detail, though, none of that happened, and it didn't. I remember the movie, though. Shazam, the film project, that never happened. Your memories of it are based in fiction. This is one of the biggest Mandela effects regarding an unmade movie. But I remember all that. I remember the Shazam. I remember people talking about. I remember that. That's wild. Your memories are based in fiction. Oh no. Why is my battery running low? Hey, it's plugged in. Nope, it's plugged in. Let me see. It's been plugged in. It shouldn't have went down. Oh, it says plugged in. So why did it go down? Oh, Lord, I hate electronics. Oh, it's plugged in. Okay. But do you guys ever remember hearing about Sinbad and his movie Shazam that never existed? It was crazy. Sinbad had a sense of humor because he released parodies and YouTube videos portraying the genie that so many seem to remember. As he told IndieWire, it came out of nowhere and nobody knows why. But yeah, he actually spun that and did and made it into part of a comedy routine and would actually dress like the genie. I remember all that. Oh, Big Use alternate ending. The ending to Big is a strange tale of tragedy and deceit for a boy who has to explain to the police, family, and friends where he has been. The final moment, showing a playful Josh Baskin walking into the distance, never addressed the horror that his mother had been through. For many viewers, the movie had an either alternate ending or a post credit scene that took things on a different turn. Many remember Elizabeth Perkins' character making the wish to be young on that same Zoltar game. To those who remember things differently, the final moments of the movie see Perkins as a 10-year-old girl meeting Baskins at his classroom and walking off together. That scene never happened. In fact, there has been a great deal of research to find any scene that is remotely similar. There's simply no explanation for this misremembered moment. And while, especially after you hear about it, you can totally remember seeing it yourself. Hmm. 7 movie mysteries we'll never get answers to. Dump the desk. Oh my God. Oh, and this is about Mickey Mouse. Okay. Mickey Mouse suspenders. Quick. What color are Mickey Mouse's suspenders? White, red, with yellow dots? How about none? How about Mickey Mouse doesn't wear suspenders? You can find them on toys and third-party doodles, but look through your movie collection. The famous mouse wears high-waisted pants, but no suspenders. For any kid who has ever drawn Mickey during a particularly boring day in 5th grade art class, they may beg to differ. But look, he doesn't. Mickey doesn't wear suspenders. No, I'm not. Mickey does not wear suspenders. Crazy, huh? Oh, my kids have. And I have some Mickey Mouse from when my son was little, who, if he was still with us, still alive, he'd be 40, 41. But yeah. There is no hello, Clarice in Silence of the Lambs. When you meet someone named Clarice, do you say hello, Clarice, in a scary voice? Does it remind you of Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs? That was a good movie. It shouldn't, because he never says it. The famous line that so many recall Hopkins saying to Jodie Foster during their initial meeting was not hello, Clarice. Rather, he simply said, good morning. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just good morning. He never said hello, Clarice. But when people talk about that movie, they'll say that. Oh, the dance scene. I don't like Tom Cruise. I've never been a Tom Cruise fan. But everybody always wears sunglasses for this dance routine, but there's no sunglasses. No sunglasses. But when you see people reenact it, they have sunglasses on. Captain Kirk never says, beam me up, Scotty. Nowhere in Star Trek does Captain Kirk say the exact phrase, beam me up, Scotty. It never happens. There have been cases of him saying, beam us up, or even Scotty, beam me up. But hardcore fans have been searching for the exact beam me up, Scotty quote ever since this Mandela Effect was discovered. Like the Enterprise searching for the mysteries of the universe they have yet to find. That's crazy. Oh, Field of Dreams. If you build it, he will come. Not they will come in Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams had a strong baseball-centric message, plowing through his own cornfield because voices told him to. Kevin Costner seen not farming town yet. He did. Once he did, the town turned out. He knew they would. After all, the voice said, if you build, they will come. The problem, the quote is, if you build it, he will come. It referred to Terrence Mann, who was being summoned to the area by a greater universal power. Still, people misquote it and swear they are right to this day, decades since it first aired. So it was never, if you build it, if you build, they will come. It was, if you build it, he will come. I never knew that. Who wrote this article? I need a name and email address. Okay. Okay. Oh, Spike or Stripe, the Gremlins. Who don't know the Gremlins? You can't get them wet. There was cute ones, but there was really bad ones, like Spike and Stripe. Just as memorable as Gizmo, the main antagonist of the Gremlins is a pale green monster named Spike. This faint creature, created by feeding the furry little Mogwai's After Midnight was a huge toy from the 80s. Everyone had a Stripe doll. That's right, his name is Stripe, not Spike. Yet for so many fans of the franchise, it has always been Spike. When this one was discovered a few years ago, it caused mass confusion and Spike or Stripe in searches. People were so pissed that they've been calling it Spike all these years when it was really Stripe because he had the stripe. But anyway. Oh, E.T. Home Phone. Oh, that was the best part of that movie. E.T. Phone Home. That was the best. That was the best part of the movie. That a couple seconds. Now this is getting ridiculous. E.T.'s famous for a few things. His fingers light up. He likes Reese's. And he says, E.T. Phone Home, right? Wrong. You guys ready? You're going to be heartbroken. Even though you are picturing the exact scene in your head right now, it never happened. The extraterrestrial never says E.T. Phone Home. Rather, he says that awkwardly worded E.T. Home Phone. Seems small. It would be if this wasn't the main line everyone remembers from the movie. He never says E.T. Phone Home. He says E.T. Home Phone. Spike and Gizmo. I had Gizmo. Yeah. Oh, Gizmo was a doll. Yeah, this is all Mandela. I'm going to show, I think I have a video clip that I can actually show you so I can quit reading to you so you can quit hearing my voice. But yeah. Oh, Grease, the systematic, hydromatic, ultramatic. Get your Grease DVD because this one is going to shock anyone who has ever sung along with the famous Grease Lightning song. Ask any musical fan of this production, and they will swear that the opening line is, guys, this car can be ultramatic, systematic, hydromatic. Why? It can be Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning. I remember that. And yet, it isn't. Rather, John Travolta sings, guys, this car can be systematic, hydromatic, ultramatic. Why? It can be Greased Lightning. Okay, it's the same thing. What makes this one such a major issue is that it's sung. So many people remember the sing song way that the original misquote went, yet load up the film, see for yourself. But it's the same thing. Wait a minute. Oh, no, the words are switched. Okay. People think it's ultramatic, systematic, hydromatic, but it wasn't. It was systematic, hydromatic, ultramatic. Why? Okay. Yeah, it is, Quirk. Watch Grease. You'll hear it. And it's just little, like they say, it's little things. But on the YouTube streets, it's big things and little things and medium-sized things and all the above. But yeah, if you listen to the song, the way when you sing it and you're singing along with it, you're going to say ultramatic, systematic, hydromatic. But when you actually sit there and listen to the song, the words are just reversed. It's systematic, hydromatic, ultramatic. All right. Now I guess I'm going to show you. Okay, this is some good housekeeping. We'll do a couple of these and then I'm going to get into the video. And then we can do a couple more because I don't want to be on here forever and that video is going to and take a minute. And I've already been on here long enough. No, I don't want to just continue as me. Okay, I don't know why you're doing that. And I really don't care, but can you please stop? What are you doing? I don't need you to verify it's me. I don't really care. All right. Why is this doing this? Oh, I'm waiting for it to stop. I don't know why it's doing it. It's not verifying me. It's like taking forever. Come on, stop. Anyway, I'll read it until it's done. Because this isn't giving me video either. Oops, I did it again, headset. Now this is about Britney Spears. One of the latest Mandela effects has to do with Britney Spears' famous music video. Many can distinctly remember Britney wearing a microphone headset in the video. Her doll was even sold with one. However, after rewatching it, it's clear she never wore it in the video. So how do we all have a clear image of this? According to one YouTuber, it's likely because Britney is famous for performing live with a microphone headset, and the two are merging in our heads. Yeah, sounds like a Betty. Come on, will you please? I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh, I gotta show you this one, but it will not let me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show this on it. I don't know what's taking it so long. Well, I can't show you full screen, can I? Come on. Whatever. It doesn't have nothing personal up there, so this is my name. Everybody knows my name. What? I don't know what's going on there. But let's listen to this. Let me back it up. Pikachu's tail. Cute characters believe pop culture, but many are still confused about what he looks like. Some remember black detailing on Pikachu's tail, but in reality, it's just yellow. The spelling of this popular chocolate bar may surprise you. There's no hyphen between Kit and Cat. Double stuffed Oreos. There's no second F in stuff. Despite the confusion, you can still enjoy these delicious cookies. Sinbad never played a genie. We know that. Some think the comedian starred in a movie called Shazam. Many argue they're confused with the movie Kazam. The real flick stars Shaquille O'Neal as a genie. These Mandela Effect examples are mind-blowing. Were you stumped by these strange occurrences? Weird, huh? Weird. Okay. Now where did it go, man?
Hi.
Hey,
No,
do you
won't
want
shut
to
off?
start
Are you
streaming?
kidding?
With Alt Pro, you
If okay, then I'll show you what it says now. We'll do just a little bit more of this. Did that go too fast for you guys? Did I have that sped up too fast? You call BS on the story, right? If you remember Dorothy's famous line in The Wizard of Oz as Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. You would, in fact, be wrong. And as shocking as this discovery may feel in this very moment, you are actually not alone. This eerie phenomenon where people collectively misremember events, historical facts, and other famous pop culture moments is called, as we've been talking about, the Mandela Effect. Britney Spears. Oh, look at the GIF. People swear there was a Jiffy peanut butter back in the day, but we speculate they're combining Jif with its competitor Skippy, because it was never Jiffy. It was always Jif. But some people swore there was Jiffy peanut butter. Hey, blank screen. Looney Tunes, not tunes. It makes almost zero sense, but yes, the cartoon was spelled as tunes, like in music. We did the Bernstein Bears, didn't exist. It was the Bernstein Bears, yeah. George's Curious George as hell was never there. Are you freaking out? Okay, moving on. Sex in the City. While these four women were having sex in the city, the show was actually titled Sex and the City, not Sex in the City. Febreze. You might use this stuff every day, but be honest, you thought it was Febreze, didn't you? With two E's, but it's Febreze with one E. Jiffy was popcorn. Yeah, you're right. You'd put it on, you could put the pan right on your burner. Yeah. Oscar Mayer. One of the most confounding of all. There's an A in Meyer, honest to goodness. We thought it was Meyer. Always did. But when you sang the song, it was Mayer. At least for me. Skechers. As sketchy the most, people have been befuddled to see there's no T in Skechers. Never was. Fruit Loops. Oh my goodness. It's always been spelled that way. Kellogg had been spelling fruit like that for years, and we only noticed it now. Wowza. King Henry's turkey leg. For some reason, people distinctly remember his portrait showing the King of England wielding a turkey leg. To be clear, he was not. I guess. Monopoly Man and his monocle. One more, like the fact that he doesn't have one. This, as some suggest, might be a simple confusion between him and the Planters Peanut Company mascot, Mr. Peanut. We did Pikachu. Oh, okay. Here's the Fruit of the Loom. Now this one I gotta find an old pair of damn Fruit of the Loom, because I swear I don't know. This one here with just the fruit looks exactly right. But then when you see that one, it makes you question it, don't it? You used to have a cornucopia behind the fruit, right? right? Mm-mm. Cheese it or cheese its. We swear there used to be an extra Z at the end. What is happening? Double stuff. We did that one. All right. Mona Lisa smile. There are a lot of theories about this one, but so many people have claimed that she used to have a more obvious smile. The CPO has a silver leg. Even the biggest Star Wars fans and get it, Star Wars fans get it wrong. The robot isn't all gold. He has one silver piece on his right leg. I thought everybody knew that. How do you not know that? I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but it's obvious it's not the same color. But okay. The movies ones, they lie. Writers never need to be fired. Mr. Peanut, because he does a classy peanut. Oh my God. Yeah, Monaco is his eyepiece. Always a smirk. The Flintstones has two T's. We've been pronouncing it without the first one, so this is really awkward now. It's always been the Flintstones. How could it not be the Flintstones? You need that T to make it sound right. The Flintstones. I don't know. See, some of these I'm like, come on, even I knew that. Oh, and let's make it clear. Contrary to popular belief, there's only one Cinderella castle, and it's in Walt Disney World in Florida. The blue and pink castle in California's Disneyland is Sleeping Beauties. Get it right, people. My daughter would have it. She wants to go so bad. All right, let's get into. Y'all want to see any? Let's watch some video, and we'll come back to the Mandela Effect. But let's watch some video. Close up some of these. Yeah, I want to leave the site right now. Thank you. You can close it down for me. Really nice of you. And then you got to ask permission to get the hell out of there. Are you kidding me? But hopefully, well, if he does, like I said, um, I've only ever streamed him once before, so. Breaking new clues. I think this, yeah, this is it. And this, now this is, well, I knew I was going to get into this and we're going to be going over it. All right. Now this is, I don't know if he's going to strike me, but if he does, I'll fight it. Because as long as I fair use it, he can't do anything. This is Dolly reviewing part of Justin Spanky Boy live with that voices behind the wall that should stay in the wall. Rapper, hi, behave today, please. AK-47, hey. Live on her channel. What? All right. No, mods, I'm not putting up with it tonight. Did I time out the wrong person? Why would you make a comment about doing the Lego set? I mean, you do not want to cover songs that we thought were clean. Lots of laughs. I've been watching a gal who covers those. I was going to show some of those. Disney landscape. I've seen it here. in Florida, but my daughter hasn't. I didn't have her then. She wants to go so bad. I'm gonna get her there, and now it's cheaper to go now off season, and you can get a bit better Florida discount on their run specials. So yeah, I'm gonna save up my YouTube money. Who knows? Maybe YouTube will give us a raise. You never know. A raise in our, or they'll start taking less. But yeah, no. Anyway, this, and he's gonna have Betty up, and this is a. I don't really want to review the whole thing. I'm going to fast forward through parts of it because it would take too long, and I've already been on here. Oh, only an hour. Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes.
Right now, you're going to see your whole roll of like several other pictures.
Right. Yeah, you'll see like the roll. You know, you see the main picture, and then you see the roll. Like,
but how can Dolly strike me or strike people for using his content when he uses other people's content? He's actually using somebody else's content. You never thought you would blush so bad because you used to sing those popular songs too? See how easy it is to get a word messed up? But yeah. I'm going to add my face back for a minute. Because I said I would show my face more, and I did show it earlier, but I like that avatar that okay. But anyway, this is Dolly's stream. And he is reviewing part of Justin's live. So you can't strike somebody who's reviewing someone else when you're actually using someone else. See what I mean? Anyway, it amazes me, these fools getting on that SW grift train. Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. That's why I wanted to do it. It pissed me off. I have not gotten involved in a lot of this. I reviewed one thing on the Summer Wells with Justin. But yeah. Well, I might as well, while I'm playing this, turn up the camera. But, because you can't see me any damn way. Not like I wanted it anyway. Okay, exit full screen. What are you doing? Play my video, please. What are you doing, StreamYards? Click the right button, Kath. It might help. See why I don't have a lot of buttons? Oh, by the way, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. We also have channel memberships if you want to join poolside. Hey, Kim. Thanks for coming in.
iPhones and stuff. It's specifically like you'll just see, you know, the main picture, and then you'll see multiple pictures, very, very, very small pictures
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about.
So I cropped it out because the entire thing did go to the TBI as soon as I knew I wasn't just seeing things. Okay.
Now, mind you, she's held on to these for like 2 years. They were so horrific and so horrifying, yet she held on to them for 2 years. And then bothered law enforcement with this crap, with pictures she couldn't even see, to be honest, because they're so small. And who doesn't have pictures? Oh my God, we'll get into that.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it something innocent that she's making a big deal about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't know what's with all these YouTubers that become their friends and then just slam on them. There's a lot of that goes on the internet. Everybody befriends them thinking they're going to tell them something to get them locked up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. You know, why do you hide your motive in the beginning? You know what I told Don? I told Don Wells, I said, I think y'all did it. Y'all covered it up. That was our conversation the first time I met Don. And Don said, no, I didn't do that. But that's what I told him. I didn't be like, hey, do you want to hang out and play checkers? I didn't even try to become his friend. I told him what I thought.
Yes, you did.
And then he went into explaining that that wasn't the case. And he just from there was trying to, prove me wrong. But like, I didn't go, hey man, let's go fishing together. I didn't do that. Like, I don't get these, like BK, right? Go friend them, go stay at their house, steal money from them, exploit them, and then turn on them.
You exploited them and turned on them back and forth many times. Is he serious? Is he serious right now? You exploit the hell out of them. What are you talking about? Okay, this is, let me put my banner up. This is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, and it says I can use it as fair use. I can use it for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes, for college purposes, for a lot of purposes. But there's my banner, by the way. Yeah, no. I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
That's the internet. That is literally what's happening.
And I see everyone in the chat, but I realize this is like bothered me all day, and Justin, so and Mark. So I just want to like focus on this and then pay attention to chat. I'm sorry. And Justin's going live after this again too, so we'll meet everyone over there again, right?
Yeah. Right now,
We'll try.
this live that Dolly's playing, Cher got Justin to come over there, and then as soon as they finished her live, they went over to his and went live. About the same thing. Justin will be on these pictures for the next 6 months.
Okay,
Pathetic.
possibly. We'll be
We'll see.
watching. Okay. So when I tell you he did not realize what he sent, like I didn't even realize really what he sent until today. Mike, it ain't good.
Exactly.
So Justin, I don't know if you can kind of help me describe.
Wasn't it Cher that sent some pictures to Don Wells?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Cher send some pictures to Don Wells? What?
Some inappropriate pictures.
There's some like alleged pictures that leaked. Chad, am I right? My memory might not be good. Am I right about that? Wasn't there some
Yeah, you're
pictures
right.
she sent to Don Wells? I'm right on that.
Mhm.
That leak where she was in like the little outfit and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, grandma's on. Everybody's saying okay. Damn, my memory ain't as bad as I thought it was. Booty pics to Don Wells. Okay. Dumpling, show yourself in the back because I've been getting trolled. Okay, I got you. Hey, Dumpling.
Hey,
Hey.
that was definitely her who shared
That was-
photos.
Sharing
I
photos
wanna
with
get on to
Don
the-
Wells, freaking on the weekend.
And this was as much respect as I can for these babies, but for buyers to see what they're getting. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin thought it was very strange that Summer was also posed just like that in one of the photos. So that's all.
Okay. All right, let's play it. You gonna hang out with me?
Yeah.
All right.
With keeping it,
Mm-hmm.
classy as we can.
Right.
Oh, I agree with you, Kim.
There is photos of, it appears very posed pictures of
Mhm.
Now,
Summer.
mind you, these are very, very small images. And how many, just the things they say about the, I'll wait because I don't want to jump ahead.
On a
I hope
bed.
not.
Mhm.
In
a swimsuit.
She does have like a swimsuit on that photo. There's photos of, see, it's so hard to see that,
You guys will
just
have to understand why we can't show it, because it's honestly We feel it's that bad that we aren't showing it. Okay. So
Okay.
you just have to
Now they're letting you believe that these pictures that they can't even see because they're a half an inch big are so horrific they can't show them. Just wait. Now you tell me how she got them. Why would Dawn and Candace give her horrific pictures of their child that they supposedly took, but yet TBI that checked all that stuff didn't find none of it? Wait till you hear the description, how they describe. Just wait.
I don't believe I'm so
not,
sorry.
Yeah.
But just know, like, here's the thing. He has multiple pictures of Summer on this tablet or phone that he has now taken a picture of. He has this, which means he did not turn in certain devices, which we already knew he didn't turn everything in to the TBI.
Yeah.
You can't see anything because I cropped it out. But if you go on your own phone and go in your gallery, it should, or most phones do. But
there's photos of her with just her.
I don't know why she shared them. I mean, if it's showing a child in an inappropriate.
So what I want to, a lot of people in chat are saying, why is she just saying this, just now coming out with it? I know it seems like, I mean, I don't watch her either, guys, so I don't have a like or hate.
She said she just noticed it.
Yes, she said she just noticed.
Bullshit.
Bull.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Bull crap. Bull crap. Are you kidding me? No, TBI cloned all devices and returned them. Yeah, this is, my ears are not virgin, but not right to be describing in a drolly voice. Yeah.
Different.
She's got like one photo of like her hands up.
Yeah.
So
like above her head, weird.
You know how people like
her hands are above her head, so that's weird. She's a child. My daughter, I'm always telling her to put her arms down. She's always got her. She walks around with her hands up above her head and behind her head. It's weird. I don't know why she does it, but I'll tell her to put her arms down. But she's a kid. Sometimes you just snap pictures. It's not. There's nothing more than it was just you snapping a picture. And the picture's harmless, but they're trying to make it out because she had her hands above her head. There was something horrific about it.
Okay, we got Bullhorn Betty in the back. Bullhorn Betty.
Hey guys.
Hey Betty.
Hey guys. So I did want to come in here because
No, I'm sure you did.
I just got a few things to say. I've got a few things to say. First of all, people can beat me up, but I'm going to want to see those photos. I'm not going to take Cher's word for anything. I personally know the level of fuckery she's willing to go to.
Exactly.
For stories, for information, and for anything else. So yeah, I want to see those photos personally. But I'll let you keep going. I got things to say.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Dolly's not liking that.
Okay, don't. But it's like this.
Yeah.
It's real weird. Very strange. Very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's two photos.
Betty, why don't you just get the pictures from Justin? That's your homeboy. And you could probably get them from Cher. She'd send them to you.
Yeah, she'd send them to Betty.
Yeah, I just want to see them. If I feel that they're compromising, and my question will be why, law enforcement searched their property multiple times and didn't locate this tablet that they just happened to find. I mean, if that house was thoroughly searched, all the electronics should have been found.
Well, we know what all the electronics were definitely not.
Yeah.
They had other phones for sure.
Yeah, they've even slipped and said that, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they got other phones right after it happened. So did Hunter, and things of that nature. So they had. I don't think they turned over everything.
I have a question, Betty, for you, real quick.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Let me ask this question: Why would they not, if they knew that law enforcement needed all their electronics and they know that law enforcement forgot to check electronics? Why would they not just proactively turn those things over to law enforcement for them to check, just to be cooperative? That would be my first question. But go ahead.
Do you remember Can saying that she had a photo? I mean, not a photo. I'm sorry, a phone that she meant to go turn in, and she hasn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, isn't that the same one that they said they ended up throwing into the bottom of the?
Yes.
The lake.
Yeah.
So
That seems odd to me. Why would you throw a phone into the lake if your child is missing and law enforcement needs to find out what happened? What if your child was on the phone or playing on the phone and was speaking to somebody that you didn't know about?
Well, it's just thinking, what if you got your dope man and all that stuff in your phone, and you don't want there's other stuff in your phone that you don't want people seeing? Maybe she got some titty pictures.
no.
I get it, but when you have a child missing, I don't care what officer sees my boobs. Here's
Okay.
my go through my phone, find my daughter.
The only
You know, I'm going to tell y'all this. Listen, so I was on a case looking for somebody. I ain't going.
Okay. Are you guys familiar? Hey, Chris Crest. Are you guys familiar? She leaped out of bed and switched the light on. Yikes. If they are bad pictures and shares them, oh boy. She did with Justin and a couple other people. Yeah. And we all know how Justin likes to mess with pictures and videos of children. And we've seen it. Sorry, but it's true. He tried to doctor a video so that you could see clearly the remains of a teenager. I agree with one part that BHB said as to old family pics. They may be taking out of context to sound worse. Of course they are. They're making these sound like they are horrific abuse pictures. Just wait. Oh, it's going to get worse. Just wait.
I'll tell y'all who I was looking for because I don't want to put the people out there. But this was a person. It was a woman,
oh my God,
and she was.
I got to avoid this retainer thing on the bottom at night. It is killing me. I'm going to take it out. I can't handle it again.
Trying to show me.
It's messing up me talking too when I have to wear
it. The picture, like a most recent picture of somebody. So she pulls out her phone and she shows me, like she goes.
It's not a retainer, like for teeth. It's to help with my jaw. It's weird. I'll explain later.
The flip, and like the second picture in, it's just straight her titties. You know what I'm saying?
Why
Like
do you
she's
gotta
like trying to
talk
flip
like
through
that?
them quick, and it's a bunch of pictures of her titties. And eventually she gets past her titties and gets to on his devices too, if they're considered deemed that.
I mean,
that's why I wouldn't want to see him. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you sitting next to Keegan Kline.
If anything, another charge could be incriminating an investigation for not turning those phones in. They could get them on that to get them back in.
Yeah, there's some obstruction charges for them.
Oh my God! Now
redirect it.
Now they've got this theory that there's charges that can be brought against the Wells for not giving these photos.
Well, what would they bad be on them a tablet anyway? Even if they did something bad to somebody, you think they're videotaping it and taking pictures of it? Or, but if they did sell her, maybe there would be some proof of that.
Well, I'm sure they would be to be sending them to people, you know.
Yeah, that's some dark web stuff there. Let's get through so he can explain what they look like, because I still don't know everything. So right now he's explaining.
They turned over the house 7 times and the Wells did not get new phones. They got theirs back. Yeah, I think this was supposed to be an older phone. Excuse me.
She's in some poses, but she's wearing this outfit. And this is the outfit, guys, just so I can show y'all real quick. They're talking about. So if they show anything else, I'll pull it up, but I just ain't gonna show her video. So
neither.
I don't know if it is food,
right,
or if it is. How would you say a chair?
To me, looks possibly like, I don't know, bloody bruising of
what?
Something, or
Justin said it looked like food. You're saying now these are very tiny pictures, mind you. And she's saying it looks bloody and bruised and like bruising. Justin saying it looks like food. Are these guys idiots? Oh my god.
It could
A very
be food.
brown English muffin? I don't know. It's so blurry. He sent the picture like kind of crooked too, and you
Right,
can't really
it's
make
kind
them
of
out.
lopsided.
Okay. The pictures are so blurry you can't make them out. But here they are. Here she is saying that looks like a bloody bruise. Here they are saying, oh, well, she had her hands up in the air, so that was inappropriate. There's something, that means something. There's something wrong there. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's going to get worse.
But it could be some type of food, or it could be some type of accident of some sort. You can't tell.
You can't. Oh, why did you skip ahead? Oh, this mouse. I hate this mouse. It can't look like food.
Here, what officer sees my boobs? Here's my.
All right.
Go through my phone.
There we go.
Email them to them.
It cannot look like food and be a bruise and look like a bruise and like an injury at the same. Are they idiots? Is Justin really that dumb? Hey, Patricia, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a minute. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you anywhere on the YouTube street. You've been taking it easy. I don't blame you. Anyway, these guys, oh, it's going to get worse. And it pisses you off.
Thinking cotton candy.
At the very minimum, it needed to be sent in. I mean, it.
Now, I'm not hearing them say nothing super. There's a picture of her back. When did they get? Hey, Dumpling, when did they get to the part where she was nude or?
Whenever he stands up at his chair and poses and says that she's only wearing bathing suit bottoms and no top, you will see what they mean. I believe, in my opinion, you know how bad they are.
Okay.
ASAP.
Well, like I told them today, I was like, I don't know. So I did call the TBI and I said, listen, I need to speak to whoever's in charge of Summer's case. And they put me in charge with, I believe, the same gal I've been in contact with many times. It sounded the same. I didn't ask.
To take you through it?
And I told her everything. And when I was explaining the picture, she was like, whoa, you can't email those to us. Ryan, Donald had sent them to me.
She couldn't email them to him.
Okay, now Don Wells sent her these pictures. He sent her pictures of abuse and horrific photos of Summer. Are you buying this crap? Is this thing, is she for real? Insomnia sucks. That's the only reason I was awake for this live. Oh. Yeah, I'm streaming late tonight. I got late. I had a sick little one. I planned on starting earlier, but every time I wanted to do it, his belly. So yeah, I had to hook him up. I had to take care of him. He's my baby. Can't believe he's going to be 6 years old in a couple of weeks. God, he was just a toddler, just 18 months old, getting into everything. Couldn't understand a word he said, but got into everything. He was such a cool baby, though.
I wonder why she couldn't email him.
Not realizing what he sent. He had sent me this picture here.
She'll tell it.
And said that it was a picture that was never shared with other people and that he was just sharing it with me. And I think like a couple other creators, maybe Benny, I don't know. But
Who was Cotton Candy?
I guess I thought I saw her in your chat. Maybe not. Betty might know. Maybe it's one of her mods, or either just.
No, Cotton Candy. There's Cotton Candy Boobs, and she's a small creator, but a moderator of shares, and she's been a long time moderator of shares ever since I can remember.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering who these people are. All right.
He said anyway he was sharing it with me as a thank you for everything that I've been doing for Summer's case. And then I saw that there was pictures on the bottom, but like I said, I got distracted, probably arguing with those dipshits some more, and didn't look back at it again.
Okay.
And I looked super careful today. I was like, wait, what the fuck? There's something wrong here. And I was zooming in. I don't have the best eyesight either, but I kept zooming in. I'm like, okay, for sure I see Summer like on a bed or a bench in a swimsuit. And it's weird because it's like,
okay, so you've never taken a picture of your child in a swimsuit? Are you kidding me? Wow.
the back of her, like it's not even a normal,
It doesn't even look like there's a. I'm looking at it now. Sure.
it's
and
like
it
a
looks
peach
there's-
color swimsuit. Right?
So
it's
what?
like a peach or a pink collared swimsuit, but I don't.
You
even
take
see
all
it.
kind of pictures of your kids.
Top on her, to be honest with you. I can't see it, but again, the pictures are so tiny.
Yeah.
And then
Why don't they blow the pictures up? All you gotta do is save it and then zoom in on it.
Justin knows that.
I think that they're so
There's a
tiny
picture.
that once you blow them up, they'll still be blurry.
Oh, they're kind of pixelating.
That's what I think. I would guess. You know,
If I remember correctly, it was photos, because I remember this. I kind of unless these are new photos, but I remember a discussion like this over a year, maybe even 2 years ago, where people were looking at all these photos of Summer, and at the bottom, when they did the screenshot, they captured the roll at the bottom, so they're tiny little thumbnails at the bottom of the photo that when you blow up, they just get really pixely.
Yeah. All right.
Mike.
just her back.
So they can't
I
really tell if
think,
she's
yeah, I mean, there's a reason they did not turn whatever this is, and I will try to get a better picture so you can see that it's not just a screenshot that he sent from his phone. It's a picture of another phone.
Yes, this is
Okay. Summer was swimming a lot, and Candace took pics daily of Summer and the boys. Yeah, I mean, who's on panel? Bullhorn Betty. I don't know who Dumpling is, and this is Dolly's live. And he's reviewing Justice for All and Voices Behind the Wall, that should stay there. Her live, where Justin is her co-signer on these photos that they can't see. They can't make out because they're so little and so blurred. They can't see them anyway. They can't even see them. They said they can't. But they're making all these accusations, and they're going to make more. It's coming.
clearly a picture
Or a tablet.
of another device of some sort.
And he's
You can
showing
tell.
me, he's taking pictures of the pictures on this other device. And so here's my thing is,
Well, I mean,
TBI should have all these.
So he's taking pictures, horrific, and sending you the pictures of horrific photos of his daughter that's missing. Do you really expect us to believe this, right? And I hope TBI tells you to shut the hell up and stay out of it.
These devices.
Hey, I got a question.
Even if I'm like way off, they shouldn't have these.
Okay.
Look at her face right there. You
All
can
right, hold
tell-
on. Let me pause that. What's your question?
My question is for her, how can you not tell whether it's a phone or a tablet? That was my only question, because I just heard her say it's either, I can see it on the photo, it's either a phone or a tablet. I'm thinking, well, if it's in a photo, you usually can tell if it's a tablet or a phone, but either way, I digress. I was just curious about how
It looks like a tablet to me.
it
okay.
does. Are you seeing the, oh, she's got the photos up on
Yes,
her.
you
Can
would.
you show the photo?
Yeah, I'll show it real quick.
It's on an iPad because Apple products are the only ones who have the photo roll on the bottom, right? Because my Androids don't have it.
Yeah, I think it's an Apple. It's got to be like an Apple phone or something, because that's how I see mine, and that's how I was able to see the. He's done this before on other photos where he takes a screenshot.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
that's
I
why I
think
was.
it's. Oh, I'm sorry, Betty. Go ahead.
I
No,
think
go
they
ahead.
might. I think they might be being a little over dramatic, and it might not be what they think it is,
Exactly.
I mean,
or it could be. You never know.
but that is the iPad that Dawn says that they had found recently that they forgot they had. I think. I'm just guessing with the cracked screen
You're
right there.
just guessing.
Yeah,
Why
you
would
can
law
see the part.
enforcement
You're
tell her
just
not to
guessing.
send
You're
them?
just
I mean,
putting this out there as you say it is factual, and then you say, I think I'm just guessing. Do you know how many times that place was searched? I'm sure that Mm. Justin, you're a father. You don't just snap pictures of your kids. Would you want someone doing this to you, to photos of your children? I wouldn't ask uh, voices because it would do no good. It would do no good. But you, I think, have a little bit. Well, anyway, I'll leave that out. Yeah.
is it because they've had bad photos, or maybe
Yeah.
Don is
Or they, if it's
You think
inappropriate
Dumpling
pictures,
is
would you want
DJ?
that being sent over the internet? That's a
I don't know.
felony.
That's why she said that TBI says don't send child P to us, even through even us, even through an email. She said, well, they're not, they're semi closed, and she said, well, if they're not showing any private parts, then go ahead and send them.
No.
Yeah. So she
Oh.
Doesn't sound like PJ to me. But I've never really listened much to her. But when I've seen her here and there in clips and stuff,
to send them as long as they weren't showing
Okay.
any child private parts.
Yeah, if you show something like that, even if you send it to the police, you're committing a felony.
Right.
I just
You
thought
know?
about that. Even if she's investigating this case and finds those, if she has those in her possession, she's in possession of child P.
Yeah.
I mean, people need to be very careful. I just thought about that, but law enforcement don't play. You're either in possession of it or you're not.
But you know what, Betty?
and as much as Cher has exploited the hell out of this whole story, this whole case, do you really think that she has something as important as photos that show horrific, that are horrific photos, they're traumatizing photos of this poor little girl, and she just had them for 2 years and just found them out of nowhere? Yet the photos are so tiny and so blurred, you can't see what they are. You can't make them out, which they both have stated. But they're also stating they are other things. Okay.
She got arrested for being in possession of that before Dawn did. It wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's circumstances. She could, no judge would convict you on that. They would be like, "Hey, I got these pictures from him. I didn't realize what it was. If you look, it wasn't the intent, wasn't that? So there's no intent.
Yeah.
You got to have intent
Turn
too.
it in or make
you know
a
what I'm
phone
saying?
call about it. Then yeah,
If you accidentally receive something, it don't. That's just like if I sent you something in the mail and you open and the cops.
Yeah, but you don't hold on to it for 2 years. Maybe that would make the difference.
And up on you. You know what I'm saying? There's still no intent. You would have to have some type of intent that you was doing something wrong. So I don't think she's done anything wrong, and she's notified the police. So
she notified the police after she shared them around. And she held on to them for 2 years. The police might want to know that too, since they're so horrific.
Chat keeps asking the same question over and over. So she was able to send the photos to TBI once they realized that they didn't show any private parts, guys. That's how she got them sent.
okay.
Okay, I'm mute now.
They didn't show any private parts, but they were horrific because they showed a little girl in a swimsuit on a bed in a swimsuit that went swimming all the time. It was summertime. They showed a little girl with her hands above her head. But they were so horrific. But they don't even know if that's what they show because they can't tell if it's food or bloody and bruising because the pictures are so bad and so blurry and so small. They're very tiny.
Yeah.
See the crack? He's
Yeah, the
taking it.
screen's all cracked.
Yes, he's taking that from a device. That's obviously not a
Yeah,
screenshot.
right. There you go. Yep.
I mean, that's enough to prove that right there.
Yeah, it's not that her face is brutally hurt. Her eyes are a little red and puffy, but that marking
How
all
can
around
you
her face.
tell? You said the pictures are so blurry you can't make anything out. How can you tell?
Face is actually a screen, a shattered phone or iPad screen.
Summer has the biggest blue eyes like ever.
Which I don't know how I am.
Beautiful.
This is
Beautiful.
why we go back, you guys. This is why we continue to go back, because
Why
it's
we go back.
shit like this that we miss because we're getting distracted by everything else going on.
Listen
Yeah.
to her. She sounds like this is just totally stressed her out. It has just put her life on hold. She's had these pictures for 2 years. You can't see the pictures. But here she is, bouncing around, sharing them, and making all these accusations.
Yeah.
We got sick. I mean, sick.
Exactly, Miss.
It's not right. It is not right. And I think that they knew afterwards, or because people monitor Dawn's phone, right? Candace was definitely going through it. So if she seen he send that to me, and then that's when everything, like, we got to stop Dawn from talking to her again. Well,
Oh my God. Maybe
I
it
mean-
didn't have anything to do with the fact that you sent Dawn inappropriate photos and spoke inappropriately to him. Maybe it didn't have nothing to do with that, or the fact that you're always saying how bad they are, how horrible they are, and how they did something to Summer. Maybe it's not none of that. Maybe it's because she knew Dawn sent you these pictures. What? Girl, get help. Get help.
if I'm just, so crazy and so full of it, and Dawn says I'm a psychopath, why do they care? Like Dawn said, I want to talk to you and Benny. I've got texts even after everyone thinks he stopped talking to me. He's like, I always love you. I always have love for you, but I can't talk to you. Like,
I bet you the pictures of your baby. So Don, he ain't going away. He probably gonna break in your house and steal your panties.
And even if Dawn got word of this video, guys, they would still be able to get these photos. They're not going
Thank you,
anywhere
Patricia.
now.
And they can also be requested through other means, like, even Google. If they had a phone that was used, they can usually collect those from their Facebook Messenger. There's other ways for them to get these things off their phones.
Mm-hmm.
And iCloud, I believe, too.
Yeah, iCloud as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can prove it all. So they can go and lie about whatever, but don't forget, like, I can prove it all.
Okay.
So go ahead and try and lie, Candace and Dawn. Because
you've been saying this stuff for so freaking long, and you never prove any damn thing, except that you're vile. You're very vile. And shame on you for doing this. Shame on you for exploiting this little girl yet again. You, Spanky, all y'all. And I feel bad because in a way I feel like I'm exploiting her because I'm showing this. But in all honesty, this has got to be put out. Someone's got to talk about it because it's wrong to do. Share what you're doing is messed up. And you know what? You involved in law enforcement just may come back to bite you this time. Just saying. Anything's possible. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that.
There's only one reason why I keep saying I'm going to show the entire conversations for
Poolside.
2.5 years. And haven't yet. And that's because, well,
But who saves conversations other than Bullhorn Betty up here for 2.5 years?
But I don't save
Exactly,
conversations.
Miss
I just never delete anything. It's not intentional. It's
Who the hell does that? That's snaky stuff, man. That's snaky stuff. That's sneaky. I don't save nothing.
I mean, maybe she
2.5
was
years of saving their conversation.
I don't, guys.
Yeah.
We have to give it a chance.
2.5 years. I was wrong. I said 2 years. 2.5 years. Yeah. See, no.
But you know what? This is what I have to say, because I know Cher is, you're right. You have been threatening to release those for 2.5 years. And it's to keep people at her, on the bite. It's just, it's to keep them hanging on. Why haven't you released them in 2.5 years? And you're still proclaiming that there's so much evidence in them. It just doesn't make sense. We're trying to find a baby.
Then if you don't, then you're withholding evidence.
Yeah. And why would she, this is a child missing. Why would you be withholding stuff from people that can help explain what happened to her? None of it makes sense. But again, I'm used to her fucry. So I got a sour taste in my mouth.
That's
Betty,
your buddy. That's your buddy there, Betty.
I know.
Betty, you and her pretty close together there. That's your okay.
trust
fuckery.
Justin.
Stumble upon something like today and maybe not mean to show it to everyone before it goes to the law.
Patricia,
So
you got
the
your own
TBI
gift.
did assure me that if it was something, they said that they would handle this accordingly. I said, you're going to see.
I didn't even know that could happen. See, YouTube just loves you. I didn't know that could happen. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That is so cool.
That this is something that should have been turned into you. You already know that they kept devices from you guys.
Don't enlarge me. But
No, I
she's
won't.
kind of like this or something.
Okay,
You see how he's posing?
this is scarring. I don't.
Betty needs to see that though.
Okay, hold on. Can I blow Justin up?
Well, he told. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so he's in like a. I don't even want to. Y'all describe this. I'm trying not to look.
I can't.
What position is that? You ladies would know. I wouldn't know that one.
I mean, it's like he's propped up on a chair, like a.
He's kneeling on a chair. What the hell?
I can't.
Come on, give us a play-by-play like John Madden. You know what I'm saying?
Kids
That's
climb
the
on
bottom of the
chairs all
fifth.
the time.
We got Justin bent over, about to twerk.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Okay, he puts his leg up on the chair and he kind of twists his upper
I
body.
can
Yes.
see it.
towards the
Is he resembling what Summer was doing, or was
Betty
he?
is
Yeah.
sour.
without a
Oh.
shirt on? I know people were saying, well, it's hot in Tennessee, but she
Why didn't Cher go to her first before Justin? I know Betty is upset about that.
was posing like that on a chair without a bathing suit top on and just bathing suit.
Well,
This is what nightmares are made of right here. I'd rather watch a Freddy Krueger movie.
all right. Well, let's just take this back a second, because there's I went through the reel of my childhood on my photographs, and there are, in today's societies, there are some, photos that were taken of me, completely innocent photos. I've never dealt with a father that does stuff like this, and I can tell you that there are some photos
Does
in there
stuff
that,
like what? What did he do? Does stuff like what? Candace took an innocent picture of her daughter. Big deal. She was on a chair. So what?
in today's
Bullhorn
society.
Pornhub.
Yeah, there would be some people saying, that doesn't look right. What was her parents trying to do there? And it's like, to be honest with you, they were just innocent photos. So is this just a case of these are just captured photos in that particular, like she was climbing on the chair and that they just took the photo and it just happened to look
Remember
like that.
back in the 70s, everybody wanted to take pictures of their kid naked for some reason. There was some weird fad in the 70s that every kid has to deal with that's grown right now. Naked damn pictures of them as babies. Like, why?
Yeah, running through the water hose, outside.
Why is that? I'm glad that phase is over, people. That was a little, the 70s were a little weird where people want to take pictures of their naked kids all the time.
Guys, I know
in
y'all
the showers and the tubs. It was just cute. They caught all those little memories. And You know, of course, they pull them out this day and age and show their friends of how small we were sitting in the tub with our cousins taking a bath. I mean, it was just.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't trust Cher, but do both of you not trust Justin on his judgment on these photos?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we're not-
absolutely trust Justin.
The
There's no
photos
if,
are so tiny and so blurred that you can't see them, and they can't show them, and I'm glad because I don't want to see them anyway. That's how Dolly has it set up.
or buts about it, but you know, even though we have,
Yeah, I mean, come on, who has it? They're harmless, innocent pictures. Parents say, oh my God. Oh, they're going to get worse with it. Just wait. Betty does Betty.
have the photos,
Hey, Drew
it's
Seeger.
just when you take so many photos, is this a situation
Just like
where
Dolly.
they were trying to advertise her, or this was just an innocent photo they took of her at that moment as she's climbing on the chair?
Right.
You know, that's more of my question.
They
Because
took some
naturally,
weird photos, like the ones when she was asleep and things of that nature. Like,
No.
that's weird too. Like, I was just
No,
trying to
it's
get her.
not weird. What's weird about is sometimes that my little boy, he just curls up so sweet and cute. And you just snap a little picture. It's nothing weird about it. BHB, we don't care to hear about your life story. Yeah, it always has to turn into her, about her. He's good person. BHB needs to quit. Yeah, it's all about her. She tries to overtake the live, make it all about her. This is not about her. This is about these so-called horrific pictures that Cher held on to for 2.5 years and then decided to share them. But they're so small and they're so blurred, you can't see anything. You can't make out anything, but yet they're accusing everything.
She was sleeping like Dawn. You know, the last photo of her.
yeah.
So they took some weird pictures of her.
That's not
Guys,
weird.
that's true though. The bottom line is TBI has them, and if they are truly not innocent, we will all know very fast, right? I mean,
Yeah, it takes them 45 minutes to get there.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, maybe fast. I'm not too super fast. If they do anything, it could be they could look at them as their innocent pictures.
Right.
This on
Listen to them.
those shirts.
Listen to Betty.
And it's
huffing and puffing and all of them. Like, this is just tormenting them. Like, it's
very, very posed.
very posed.
Very posed.
Very posed.
It's been turned into the
Oh
TBI,
my
you guys.
gosh.
So at first they said, because I was like, there's naked pictures. I didn't describe it. They were like, you cannot email even to TBI. I was like, not even to TBI. I can't send.
There's not naked pictures. There was no private parts ever shown. According to TBI, or according to her, because that's how, but yet they couldn't see them. But yeah, the pics were fully shown. No, the pics weren't fully shown. Running Bear, they can't show them because they're so tiny and so blurred you can't make out what's in them. Yeah, I know. BHB needs to put her clothes on. Reminds me of a Beta situation. I'm telling you, she could be Beta's mama. They could be, Drew Seeger. They could be. I honestly don't know. The case has been so mucked up with so much bullshit and stuff. I don't know. I just hope that someday, whatever happened, comes out and whatever needs to happen happens. Whatever justice there needs to be, whatever. If she comes home, whatever. Something it needs. I just pray that it does.
And they said no. I was like, okay, but it's not like you can't see no private parts. It's just like a bare back, but you can tell.
A bare back is not nudity. It is not nudity. My God.
That this person doesn't have clothes on.
Okay.
And they said, okay. I said, so can I send that? And they said, yes,
You can
absolutely.
now. She can tell that from a little 1-inch photo that's so blurred you can't make anything out. And her and Justin have both stated it. Justin stated it many times. She knows all that from this photo that she can't see. No one knows. Too much garbage has been put out without any fact behind it. Yep. Cher works with criminals. That I believe.
You can send that. I said, okay. So I did.
There's a photo of her like this.
Okay, I'll show y'all what he's doing.
And someone in chat just asked Dolly.
Yeah, he got his hands
For
up.
what?
Yep. And someone in chat just asked Dolly and Betty, do you guys remember the photo on the back seat with, she was trying to get her with her arms up like that?
Yeah.
I remember that too.
So, I mean, is that a symbol for I'm for sale?
I mean, that's
what?
That's what I was talking.
Are they kidding me? Or because the little girl had her hands up in the air, that's a symbol for I'm for sale. My God.
Telling you about where it was the same one with Madalena Kojakari with her arms up to show, with the
but I really don't believe. I mean, there's been rumors and everybody's jumping on the rumors that Madalena was sold. I don't believe Madalena was sold. I absolutely believe that young girl is gone. I was out there in Cornelius covering her case. I talked to her neighbors. I talked, her stepfather wouldn't let her out of his sight.
Yeah,
She's 11 years old and she couldn't even walk around her own community, which was safe. and
where is that at?
Cornelius, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't believe she was sold. I really don't.
How long ago this happened? How did I miss this?
It was a while ago. I actually went there last year and covered the case when I was at in North Carolina for Diamond's funeral. So, yeah.
I don't know how that one slipped past me.
Yeah, it was an odd case.
Okay.
I thought you had talked about it, Dolly. You would know who it was if you saw her picture.
Yeah, she's the girl that was captured on the school bus. She was getting off the school bus and nobody ever saw her again.
Huh.
Betty, we all know how you carried on about that and how you were in that. And I'll dig it. You know what? Since she brought it up, I'll dig up some more clips of Betty with that situation.
I had to go back and refresh my memory.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like this. Like she's posing, and it's like, why would you take a picture with the kid's hands up like this?
I never have taken a picture of any four of my children like that.
Like what?
Them on it.
Because she was raising her hands and arms. That's a horrific picture. That means there's something bad going on. Okay.
And the back of them posing in swimsuits.
But you took some pictures like that.
What's wrong with taking pictures of your kids in their swimsuits? Every summer when my daughter gets a new swimsuit, the first thing she wants me to do when she puts it on is take a picture of it before she gets in the pool. What's wrong with that? Huh? I don't need it, Patricia.
Oh, Dolly, be nice.
I'm just saying, she was like a twig up there, like a twig.
That is some creepy behavior shit right there. Sorry, but it is. Who's taking those, do you think?
Well, hopefully Candace was taking them, and then it won't seem so strange. If Don Wells was taking them, that would be strange.
If Candace was taking them and they were, what they say they are, that could be why Dawn said she had he didn't say she had a guilty conscience. He used different wording, but I can't remember what it was right now.
Well, don't forget Don was on MGL's channel, 2.5 years
It was so important, but I can't remember what he said.
ago, saying, I've got 7 alibis. Candace has none.
Right.
Or 11 alibis, whatever he said.
I like to hear that, he says that, but I've never really heard but one
Well,
who was at work. What's the other 6?
I don't know. I think he was trying to say his people at work, but I spoke to his people at work, and they told me that they know he left anywhere between, they can for surely say between 1:30 and 2:30. They don't know how long he was gone, if he ever made it back, if he came back, what time he came back. They couldn't tell me any of that information, but they could tell me exactly when he left that work site that day.
Oh,
And it was an hour
Betty,
window.
you can
It
bet
was 1:30 to
TBI
2:30.
knows. You can bet TBI knows if he did leave, for how long, if he came back. You can bet TBI knows. You don't need to know. And I wouldn't trust anything you're told. You didn't hear it from TBI, did you? No, didn't think so. And there she is, all about Betty again.
He was probably trying to say he has people that would lie for him too.
Yeah.
He was trying to say he has people that would lie for him because he said he had witnesses, which meant guys at the job site. Okay, so that means that they're going to lie for him. That's probably what he was saying. Oh my God.
Well, it's
No,
one of
she's not bald in the pictures. Her hair is like this in all of the pictures. The swimsuit one kind of looks like
Yeah, she was pretending to be her bestie.
it might be a little bit shorter than this, but no, she did not have a shaved head. So this is another point. He has devices with prior, like, you know, everything should have been turned into the law.
Mhm.
So, and I'll be honest, I don't know because I can't tell, because the one picture where she has that skin color, and you can tell, like, it is like a skin color swimsuit. I don't know. Kind of looks like nothing, but yeah, I just would never take pictures like that of my kids. It's fucking weird. I forget what I was just gonna say because now I'm like,
I want to know what those two
yeah,
pictures are that are.
You would never take kids of your pictures in a swimsuit? You don't have pictures of your kids anywhere in a swimsuit? Wow. Okay. Okay.
Almost the same. It's driving me nuts.
no, it doesn't say a date.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's food. I don't know if it's a human.
She also thinks Leilani is innocent, so there's that. She don't think Leilani's innocent, and that lady is a snake. Okay, she ain't friends with Billy Joe. Not real friends. Real friends wouldn't try to get your daughter locked up.
She was never friends with Billy Joe. It was an act to get, you know, content.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Don't blame you.
I don't want to talk about
Betty knows.
that is the exact place where
or if it's
my
an oven door.
opinion is.
I told Billy Joe. I walked right up to her and told her.
Yeah, I feel like it's a car window, but it's just too hard to see.
Right.
Dawn had kept saying, we're going to keep releasing pictures. We're going to release pictures no one ever saw. And, you know, you see Tim Mullen releasing some pictures, and then like maybe Dawn and Candace release some, but clearly where are they getting these pictures from that no one's seen? They clearly have other devices that weren't turned in, right? Or how are we getting all these new pictures? And also, when he said that, and I want to say I was sent this, I think, in September. I'll get back to you guys like tomorrow on that. I'll have to go back and look through again and find when the date was that he sent it. But I feel like it was back in September, kind of right before, again, everything, as you guys saw, they wanted me out again, right?
Somebody said, I think Ernie Shell's involved.
Okay, so they wanted you out again, and you didn't, and they still sent you these pictures, and you never used them till now. Get that, shut up. And you can't see the pictures. You keep saying that, and so does Justin. So how are you describing what's in them when you can't even see them yourself? And again, what's the inappropriateness?
Crazy, I did add Ernie Shell to the thumbnail. I don't know what made me add Ernie Shell tonight. I was like, oh, here's a picture of Ernie Shell. Let me add him to the thumbnail.
How the heck is he?
I don't know. I don't know why I even added him. It was just a picture I had. I was like, oh, here's a picture of Candace with Ernie Shell. Let me add that one.
Oh, good Lord.
Really, all joking around though, and no matter what the feelings are for Cher or anyone else, if this is true, the most important thing is to get justice for Summer.
I agree.
But is this like Dolly said? Is this blowing it up? I don't know. You know, I just feel like at this point, 3 years in, if there was damaging photos, law enforcement through their warrants and stuff like that should have everything, a lot of information, and I don't see why they don't have these things. I don't know. I'm just skeptical.
Right. I just don't want anyone in chat to think we're, making a joke out of this or not taking
of course
it seriously.
Definitely not. Definitely not. If she has something that's a good thing, she turned it over to the FBI. Exactly. I'm just saying I don't trust her. That don't mean it ain't true. It could be 100% absolutely true. They could have these things. And like I said, the only reason I'm listening to it because Justin was up here. I was like, okay, well, let me take it a little serious. Justin's up here. He ain't gonna lie, but so much.
Yeah, no, he'll analyze things, and if it's
he'll mess with pictures.
He'll look at it in both lenses and make a decision for himself. But if he's saying that these are compromising, then they may be compromising. My question would be: I'm just saying and
I'm sure Justin's been in a few compromising positions, so he would know compromising probably.
Exactly, I think we all have, and anybody over the age of 20 probably.
So he may know. I take his word for it. I'm definitely going to take his word.
Thank you. Welcome to Poolside, Running Bear. Ellie doesn't have all the devices, in my opinion. I don't think these pictures are anything. They're older pictures, and they're just normal pictures. There's nothing horrific. And they can't tell you anyway because they keep saying over and over again. Now, mind you, these are like little 1-inch tiny pictures that are really blurred and you can't make anything out, but they can make all this stuff out. And it's wrong that there was a picture taken of a child in her swimsuit or that the child raised her hands. Oh, God forbid she was climbing on a chair in a swimsuit. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. Hey, Revival.
Yeah, I mean, he's making it believable because he's there. But are these just innocent photos being misconstrued? And I want to ask that because, again, I went through my own photos and I can tell you that now that I'm a true crime person, it makes me go,
Right. I mean, that's totally possible too. Lori Shortlegs, I don't believe the police have seen all of their pictures. I don't believe they turned in all of their devices. So it's possible.
Well, I know they ain't seen all of it. They have a whole family picture book. I mean, a big ass one with hundreds of pictures in it.
Yeah. And an iPad in their hands that police didn't know they had.
Like I told you, when I sat with them, they flipped right through the family album with me. They showed me pictures of the boys that have never been seen on the internet. I've seen bunches of pictures of Summer that have never been seen. I mean, like crystal clear pictures too, not like.
Okay, but those are just family pictures. They're not going to take every damn family picture in that house. They're not going to do it. Oh my God. Because it was a picture of Summer involved. That's her family. Of course, there's going to be tons of pictures. I know the police aren't going to take them.
These shitty pictures.
The police will take the important pictures to ID her, but that's, they're not going to confiscate every family photo. Are you serious? Wow.
You got a Photoshop that make them look decent on the internet. They got like really good pictures of her.
Makes you wonder why they didn't produce those out in the public.
Because they don't have to.
Summer with good images.
Because they don't have to. That's why. It's their child, not yours. They don't have to put anything out if they don't want to. Honestly, I wish they'd stay off YouTube. But that's on them. That's just friendly advice. It's not, I can't tell them what to do. But they don't have to put out anything. That's just it. And why should they? Look at you vultures. Look at you vultures.
I have no clue, but they have some really good pictures of her. I mean, talking about not fuzzy, not blurry. I mean, good ass pictures. So, and Candace said, that every time they put out a picture,
exactly. All they needed was access to the iCloud, and I'm sure they had it if they had it back then. Well, it was only a couple of years ago. I don't know how tech savvy they are. Candace and Dawn. I don't know. 3 years ago. Who knows?
that people flip it and turn it and make it into be something that she's dead laying on the milk and shit. So they stop.
Well, the laying on the milk, I can tell you that it's got me worried because that was from that day and she did not look good. Nobody can tell us that she looked like she was healthy.
The child was sleeping, for Christ's sake. Oh my God. I don't even believe they're going to talk about it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Through a picture, you know what I'm saying? It's just really hard to say through a picture what somebody's condition is. Now, I mean, if they were missing arms and legs and their eyes were open, you would assume that person's gone.
Yeah, I have a pool. And when it's hot, the kids will go out and play in the morning. And sometimes they'll wear their swimsuits because they're playing in the back. And then when they get hot and sweaty, they just come in and jump in the pool. But my little boy, he would take his trunks off and go swimming without his trunks. It was to the point where he wouldn't go swimming if he had to wear them. We went through that phase for one summer. I was so glad when it ended. But yeah, I mean, kids get tired running and playing in the heat and swimming and stuff. They get tired.
But it's hard to tell somebody sometimes if there's no wounds from sleeping from dead. Matter of fact,
no, I don't know. I don't think she was dead in that photo. I don't.
Sometimes I sleep like I'm in a coffin. I'll wake up, my feet will be crossed, my arms will be crossed. Either I'm a vampire or I'm getting ready for death. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that photo of her that day, that was a very concerning photo for many. But
you would walk in and be like, he's either dead or he's Count Dracula, one or the other.
Well, let me ask you this: what does everybody think about the clothes? Like, we know Summer did not change clothes every single day. We know that we've got multiple interviews talking about how dirty the kids were, how little that especially Candace, even Don has come out and said Candace didn't shower for a few days. And that was in his own words.
Oh, stanky.
Right.
You're right,
so,
we're
hearing this particular day and only.
Oh yeah. My little one, he's got to go to the bathroom every 20 minutes in the swimming pool. I swear. So I quit taking, I let him go out here and he aims at stuff. Okay, I mean, he's a little boy.
This day that Summer was changed multiple times in different clothes, from the swimsuit into the jumper, and Candace has the jumper, the last outfit that Summer was seen in before she disappeared. You saw her in it literally in the truck minutes or an hour before she disappeared. That's when she was sitting on those milk jugs. So at what time did she change her yet again into yet another outfit when she never does this behavior in any other day previously? Why this day did she go through so many outfits?
How do you know Summer didn't go change? Kids do that even at that age. They'll do it. If they decide they want to wear something else, that just starts at a very young age. It really does. Drives you up a lot. We have outfit arguments, well, one-sided arguments, because I won't argue with her in the morning. I let her argue with herself over outfits. But yeah, kids will go change, even at a young age. My boy will do it.
And why does Candace have the last outfit she was ever seen in?
I don't know. That's a weird one to me. When I seen that box, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. That's why it's a mystery. Why you think there's 1,159 people watching now? Because we're trying to figure this shit out. You know?
Right.
I have no clue.
But it's odd behavior. So you take that odd behavior coupled with the fact that Don's lying about being at work at the time that they arrived home, because there's no way the boys would be home without.
If he was lying TV, I would know about it. Law enforcement would know about it.
Don being there. These boys didn't stay home alone. They were with their father or seen with their father earlier that day on the job site. And I asked Don about that. I said, well, your boys were seen on the job site that day. Can you explain that? And he never answered it. He just changed the subject. So there, you got the changing of the clothes with the fact that Don was at the house. Don's lying about being home. And they've got electronics that haven't been turned over to law enforcement.
Okay, so they're guilty. Candace is guilty because she was being a mother and probably changed Summer's clothes for a reason. So because she was actually doing a mothering thing, she's guilty of something. Okay. And because you think a coworker told you the truth, you know the facts better than law enforcement, and Dawn was not at work. Okay. Well, I don't know. Law enforcement hasn't, has not been as forthcoming because of you people. But, yeah.
Again, this is 3 years after their child has been missing, and people are still thinking that they had nothing to do with their child's disappearance. Explain these anomalies to me.
Can you prove they did? Because there's not proof of that right now. There's no concrete proof that they did anything. Betty, you're not smarter than law enforcement, and you don't know more than law enforcement. And until there's evidence, you've already got these people convicted. They haven't even been tried yet. They haven't even been charged yet. They're guilty? Yeah, they could be. I don't know. I'd like to know. I wish that things wouldn't have went the way they did. I think law enforcement would have been more forthcoming with some of the things they do know. But, I don't believe they've cleared anybody in this case. And I'm sorry, I don't, why was Hunter shaking and so worked up over drinking one twisted tea? Are you kidding me? No. I don't know. There's questions about a lot. We'll never I hope we get the answers. I hope that this case does get solved, no matter which way it got to go.
And maybe they'll be justified and I can move on. But so far, I've been stuck on these issues with their story.
Stuck.
Yeah. Preach.
Someone said preach.
Say it again for the ones in the
Where you at, Dookie Doo?
Right.
I want to hear Betty go full Nancy Grace. Where were your parents?
I've already done that. That's what I was joking with Don. Is I'm like, he said a bad word, and he's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Look, I think I've judged you enough. We can move on."
Bullhorn Betty is like a bootleg Nancy Grace.
Yes. I love Nancy Grace. I'm just a little.
Oh my God, no, she's not even a bootleg Nancy Grace. No. But y'all got these people convicted, and no one knows. Unfortunately, all the misinformation, everything, YouTube forgets they are not law enforcement. Yeah. All speculation, no one knows if they are or not. True. Hey, Hippie 4am. I wonder how many people seem to think they know what a deceased kid looks like. I can tell you it's the hardest thing. One may never make it through. I can tell you that too. Unfortunately, experienced it. She thinks she knows more than law enforcement. She is delusional. Yeah, they think they have the facts. They think they know the case. But guess what? They don't.
More.
I like Nancy. I call her Aunt Nancy.
Yeah.
I got mad respect for that. I'm just saying, you're like the Wish version.
I'm trying to get,
I'm
I'm
just
trying to get
playing.
the scowl down.
No.
Once I get her
Just
scowl down,
playing.
I'll be off to the races. I just need to get the scowl down. I'm almost there.
But you know what? Wait a
I'm
minute.
almost there.
Why is this consuming you? Because at the end of the day, you really have nothing to do with the family or the child. Any of it. I mean, you don't know them. Just because you talk to somebody once or twice doesn't mean you know that. You don't know them. You weren't a part of their lives.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. Anyways, the law has them. If it's something, it's something. If it's not, it's not. But it does show that they kept devices from the law. Everything should have been turned in. Everything.
Well, you remember the interview with Chris? This was in July 2021. I think it was July, maybe August, but July or August of 2021. Candace said, "Oh, I've got a phone I need to take over there to him still, but I'm going to take it over there next time next week when I'm in town or whatever." Candace, did you ever take that
yes.
device? Did you ever take that device, Candace? Because I bet you didn't.
No, I bet you didn't. I bet it's right here that your
daughter's
husband
missing.
sent me. Yeah. Again, this is not her. It's not a battered face, you guys. That is a cracked screen. He took a picture of another device and sent me it full of pictures of, again, we aren't showing it because we both feel that they are very inappropriate.
And to be honest with you, they're so small. I don't even know if you could pull them up on StreamYard.
I don't think I'd be able to, even if I did share them like on Community Tab, there's no way I'd be able to get them up clear enough for anyone to see.
Well, if bad as they say, they don't need
like
share.
right, basically,
if they're as bad as they're making them sound, these photos don't need to be shared on her channel. So she probably did the right thing not sharing it.
I don't see how some people can say that they're not hiding anything, that they've been completely honest, that they're, that.
Why didn't she blur them out? Why didn't she just blur them out so she could show them?
I said the same thing, Betty.
You know what? That would have been a
And
very
then I
good
thought
idea.
about it, and I was like, nah, it's probably best not to put that up there. If it is, if they're telling the truth, it's probably the best. But
yeah, but see, I mean, you know what? My natural curiosity, especially this day and age, with people manipulating photos, people manipulating information, the fact that she's associated with Vinny Keys, and likes Vinny Keys is a red flag to me from out the gate. So it's, I've got a lot of questions, and I think that other people would too. So if you're going to say that these are compromising photos that nobody's ever seen, at this point, you have to have a choice. It's either not show the photos or blur them out and show them just at least one that's more innocent than the rest to, just to give you people a little taste of, we're talking about the truth, without being disgusting, or there's a happy balance, in my opinion.
okay. All right, let's jump back.
I don't want to see child pee. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Summer's feet in this photo, there's a roll of photos, and you can, where you're going to be, flipping next. And there are,
I believe it's in the Wells's house. I do. I do believe that they're all in the Wells's house. It looks like. So yes, one evil entered. And then someone said, do you think, I'm sorry, I don't have my dentures glued in. Someone said, do you think that this is why Dawn started hating me again?
Did she say I don't have my dentures screwed in?
Nana's Angels did not have Summer's memorial box. Her friend, Kathy, had the memorial box.
Yeah, what did Kathy and
say before was she had to choose between getting a ton of hate for showing, baby Summer.
Yeah, no matter what you do, it's a double-edged sword. I get it. She shows it, she's just going to be taken to the mattress. If she doesn't show it, she's going to be taken to the mattress. It's on YouTube, you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. But I would have just, for share, like even for me, if I were to come to something like this and I didn't bring a blurry photo with me, I would be just torn apart, you know? So it's like, what do you do? I would like to see at least one example of an innocent compromising position that doesn't offend anybody. You know, I mean, if Justin can pose on a chair and the person's fully clothed, then I don't see anything that's, you know.
Right. And yes, Purple Hearts. That's right. She had a photo of the
Hey,
memory
Shell.
box.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked with the dentures. Now I'm wondering if she has soft gums or not.
Dolly's not going to be able to pay attention anymore after this.
That this is why Dawn started hating me again. Yes and no. I believe that this is why Candace wanted Dawn. Not only that, because in the midst of him sending me these pictures, he was also sending me weird shit with no context of things that were straight up saying that Candace had guilty knowledge. And I'm like, I don't understand, Dawn. Like, you're showing me this newspaper clip and you're showing me this Dr. Phil clip and you're telling me that you've questioned your wife for being a liar. I'm like, everything you're sending me is telling me your wife has guilty knowledge. Like, what do you think she's lying? And he's like, I've asked her. So it was all very weird. And I don't know why, but
It's all very weird because he asked his wife if she was lying. I don't know. What their lifestyles, their history, and what the daughter going missing, I don't know. Would you ask your spouse, are you lying? With all the shit that's going on? I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah, she was sending him inappropriate photos and messages.
things he would send me.
She was doing it thinking it was going to get her information, and it didn't. And it blew up. So now she's doing this.
I felt like he was sending in a weird way. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but some of the things we just didn't.
I'd like to read their message. You know, they were trying to hook up.
Did she really send photos or like compromising photos of herself to Don?
Yeah,
That's what I heard. I mean, I've seen some of them I think are online. I think some of them got leaked.
Yeah, they definitely did. And I think she did that maybe to get him to talk more.
But see, this is my problem with that. This is my problem with like Benny Keys going over there and screwing with, and Ernie Shell screwing all these people trying to have this relationship with these criminals. I don't understand how
Betty wanted to say screwing. She caught herself. But boy, the real Betty wanted to come out and she wanted to say it like she has in the past. This Betty's only going to last so long. She's due for a big rant.
Look, Steph V, I was just about to say that. I just think Betty just made me throw up in my mouth.
But seriously, why would you I have never had to do that to get an interview. And you know what? I've talked to Don, I don't know how many times. I've never had to send him a compromising photo of me.
Thank
what I do?
God.
I just show up. I show up and I'm nice.
Don got Betty titty pictures.
Yeah,
nobody.
I can tell you, you never have to worry about porn Betty debuting anywhere online.
I'm just picking, but yeah, I guess she sent him some photos back in the day. I had heard
with somebody. How did her husband feel about it? Like I don't know. I'm just weird with stuff like that.
Well, she was just showing him the menu. Mm-hmm. She didn't, from Canada. Like he couldn't eat the food on the plate.
I'm sorry, but that's her.
But she had her dentures glued in that day.
She did post them herself on her community tab.
Let me stop. I'm so mean.
Exactly. And there was no conversation about, if that makes sense. Like, it just felt like
it was all an act.
Coded in a way. Like, is he sending me this like is he trying to tell me something? Like, and then I don't know. Some of it just made me feel weird too. And I just was like, I don't understand. Like,
I wonder what other pictures Don sent her. if she was sending Don pictures like that, what do you think Don sent her, Betty?
Oh, I believe he sent.
Hello?
Betty has no answer for
She
that.
has no answer. What do you think he's done sent Dumpling?
I'm not getting into this. This is between y'all.
She said this is between y'all. There might be some. I bet she has some inappropriate pictures of Don. She needs to send to
When he
TBI.
was younger too.
She probably didn't send Don a pair of red panties. He would tell her everything.
She loves
Betty
Why
left.
are you sending it? Like, why are you sending me everything that's saying that your wife has guilty knowledge?
Mhm.
It's weird.
she
And just
don't-
out of the blue, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's weird at the very minute.
Then you shouldn't have went to LE, dummy, not YouTube. Yeah, exactly. She should have went right to LE and not YouTube. And not 2.5 years later, when she's done everything she can to try to get something out of them, and it didn't work. So now I guess she's going to create her own narrative. I don't believe there's anything with these pictures. They're so tiny and so blurred that they can't even make out.
Minimum.
Is that you, Betty? All right, I got you.
Sorry, my alarm went off and it kicked my volume so I could see you guys talking, but I couldn't hear a thing.
Okay.
To take a photo of your child in a bed in a swimsuit.
how many parents
the
in the
very
chat?
Turned around.
Okay, she was sitting on a bed in a swimsuit. What's wrong with that? You've never taken a picture of your kids in a swimsuit anywhere? Okay.
Please, thumbs down if
Robert.
you would not
Please
pose your
behave.
child on a bed or a bench in a nude colored swimsuit.
Yeah, it might be a bench too.
Yeah, it's a bed or a bench
She
with
said
like
a
blankets.
nude-
I don't know, but either way, it's inappropriate, and we aren't.
Did she say a nude colored bathing suit?
And that means what?
Yes. Have you seen one in photos?
Have
But
I
it
seen
means what?
one?
Yeah.
It's like a tan colored one, right? It just kind of matches. your
Yeah,
skin.
like tan, nude, like colored tone.
Okay.
I mean, skin toned. Why? Have you seen one?
I mean, not recently.
Oh, you made me so suspicious because you said you saw those pictures at the at their house.
Yeah, but I didn't see her in nothing like that. There wasn't nothing that was nothing I seen that was sexual.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I-
These are like regular family photos, like normal.
Yeah, these aren't
Yeah.
going to be in photo albums displayed in the living room.
Well, this wasn't displayed. This was in a photo album. This was
Well,
like taken from cameras, like you went and got developed.
Yeah. Weird.
Because it doesn't look.
It's weird that they have photos of their kids, of their family doing things. That's weird. Okay.
Thank you for that super sticker.
And the back, and there's one. It's
No disrespect, but what's dumber is these three typing or trying to analyze a picture they can't see. I know it's ridiculous. And Sharon Justin can't see them either.
just a back. That's it.
It's just the back.
Now that's weird.
Just a back.
That's
Just
Yeah,
back,
just a-
no clothes on. That's weird.
Literally, you can tell the person is
Right.
naked.
Like, what
or-
were they trying to show?
I feel like they're naked, but it's the way.
I don't know. You know,
Okay.
that's
You feel like they're naked, but the picture's so tiny and so blurred, you can't tell. It may not even be a picture of a back, you idiots. And maybe you just can't see the swimsuit top. You don't know that. It's so tiny and so blurred. How do you know?
but if you taking a picture of the little girl's back,
No.
I don't know.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, the rest
my
of it don't
God.
seem too strange to me. They're just taking pictures of her. She's clothed. But if you just taking like pictures of random body parts, that seems a little weird.
You know why? I'm
back
suspicious of how, like Justin's saying, how she was posed in that chair is because I know how Dawn has been since at least the age of 12 years old. And
And how do you know
Has
that?
Cher been to Ben Hill Road?
No.
I didn't think she had either.
No, I don't think she's been anywhere.
She hasn't left Canada. Like,
Yeah, I don't think
And
she's.
how do you know John so well? I want to hear this. How do you know him so well? Because you talked to him for a few months, so you think you know his whole life history? You think you know every little thing he ever did? Interesting.
She's been anywhere at all.
Okay, that Canadian wall has been keeping her out. Thank God.
The picture's cropped. All you can see is like the torso.
So you can't leave Canada? Oh, really? Oh, I've seen what she's done.
So just like a bare,
I support the wall between America and Canada, just to let y'all know. Just where Cher lives.
back torso. No, like private parts or nothing like that. But again, we weren't showing it.
Right. And then the other one with the
Look at all the thumbs
hands,
down. Oh hell no. Good parenting.
and I just don't understand why
Yeah,
she's
wasn't
like
cool to
this.
say.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Okay, so Justin's showing. Let me show the picture of Justin. He's showing himself with his arms
That's really
straight
not
up in
cool
the
to
air
say that
again.
with my life, but
You know,
but okay, so
If
did
she
she
has
not
legal
have a
issues in
top
the
on?
US?
And were all of these photos in a consistent line, like all together? You know, like it depends on how they were displayed, and it just
that's the superstar pose. You know, the girl that used to put her hands in her armpits and sniff them, and
my
then throw her
daughter
hands up and like.
has her arms up all the
Remember
time.
that?
What's wrong with that?
Anybody remember that?
I have no idea why she does it.
yes.
She's like this. Taking a picture, just standing there like this. You know something? It just reminded me of something. There was a case of a child abuse case. I think it was in Ohio. They made their kids do this for hours.
Do
What?
Hours.
So what does that have to do with the wells? What does that have to do with
That's what-
summer?
Somebody says, "Where have those photos come?"
What are they? What does that have to do with this? It was one photo. One photo. Oh.
From apparently an email sent to Cher from Don, where he shared a picture of Summer, and at the bottom was little screenshots of
This is like the weeks they spent on the color of the jacket. Yeah, they ran with that for a while. Justin did a lot of lives.
other pictures, and some of these pictures they're saying are compromising photos of Little Summer Wells.
Yeah,
hard
no.
to do. I mean, just like I'm tired right now doing it, but they made them do this.
But that, again, that has nothing to do with
We have to
Summer
see
Wells.
what that means. Obviously, to
My
like
hands are numb
be
now.
brutal to child, but
What?
Yeah, it's like they did it as like punishment. Like they had to either keep their hands over their head, but this child ended
Well,
up unalived.
I don't believe you because
Yeah.
my daughter's done
I
it
was
since the
watching
day
it on
that
a
she
court
arrived
case.
here when she was 4. It's just something she'll put her hands behind her head or something while she's at the table eating or while she's sitting doing work or even when she's walking around. But she's always got her hands flying up in the air. That's just how she is. Well, I don't know why. I tell her to put them down, gets on my nerves. But what are you talking about? What happened there had nothing to do with this.
These three.
This
or
is
the
how crap gets
interrogation.
started. Because you're putting this out there, well, I've seen this in another, so this must be abuse because that's what you're alluding to. That's what you're pointing at. Well, because it happened there and kids had their arms up, that means because this picture of Summer, who knows why she was putting her hands up in the air? Could have been to say, I don't know, you don't know. But you're gonna say it like that so that people run with it thinking it was a bad picture meaning abuse. Oh, please. You're ridiculous. if there's anything in these pictures that you couldn't see because they are so tiny and so blurred and you couldn't make them out, which you repeatedly stated, I believe since law enforcement finally has them 2.5 years later, they'll find it, they'll be able to. I don't think there's going to be anything in those pictures. I think you guys are making this up. You're doing one of the effects we've talked about tonight is what you're doing. Only it should be called the lying effect, because you know that that's not what these pictures show, because you don't even know what they show because they're just that bad. But you're ready to run with this narrative and you're happy to do it. And you're going to fire up how many more lives about it and exploit more off this child while you're pumping out nothing but misinformation. Good job. Y'all should pat yourselves on the back, because this is a one and done for me. I will not exploit this child with you guys' garbage, with your trash. This is a one and done. But I think people needed to see the extreme you guys go to exploit this family, to exploit that little girl. And I pray that this doesn't happen to Monkey Vaughn's story, but I have a feeling that's where it's headed.
I'll find that and I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to see that. Now,
are there lines behind her shoulder, like a bra line? Is that
all
what
right,
you mean?
Mystery,
Like,
thanks for coming in.
You mean like strap
Appreciate you.
or anything? No.
yeah,
I'll
no.
loathe her.
This is there's no type of
I'm about
garment
done
in
here
the
anyway.
front at all, because there's no type of
Exactly, Kim.
string.
People are saying, don't little girls throw their arms up like in cheerleading poses?
My daughter does it all the time. The kids will play. I don't understand what the big deal is about the photos, because everything that you've described, the child climbing on a chair, the child in a swimsuit sitting on the bed, the child with their hands up in the air, or the picture where you can't tell if it's food or bloody and bruising, which looks something like food, by the way. You're full of,
You're
not making your point.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but it depends on how were the photos taken? Were all of these taken together, posing in different ways at the same time?
Exactly. Because if that was the case, then you have a better case of, hey, they were posing this child.
Right.
So you
I don't know.
never
I
had
don't
your
know.
kids pose for a picture? Oh, well, Betty, you wouldn't have. You don't have it. But I don't know. But look, nobody's ever had their kids pose for a picture. Nobody ever. I've done it millions of times. I'll tell them to stay there till I keep snapping until I get the right one. Okay? What's that mean? I mean, the ones when they're all dressed up in their Christmas dresses, dress pants, and they're in front of the tree. I always get a good picture of them. What are you talking about? And sometimes it takes several pictures, but I'll snap and snap and snap. But what's wrong with that?
I think this is, I just like, it's as crazy as it sounds.
Just think, what if the pictures weren't posed? What if they are just sporadic snap pictures of their daughter? Because I'll do that. I'll see one of them doing something silly or something, and if I have my phone handy or the iPad, I'll snap a picture of it. What's that mean? You guys going to scrutinize them and tell me they're wrong? Wow.
It's, even though they're talking about these, I just need to,
All right,
I need
Mystery,
to
have a
see
good
them
night.
because once you see them, you have your own opinion. Are they being blown out of proportion? Or are these innocent photos? I've got, as sick as it sounds, I don't know if those were posing photos. I've got photos of that big clump literally climbing on everything.
Well, she's saying there's none of them that show private parts, so none of them are completely nude whatsoever.
Yeah, and how many times has people in your chat right now been taking pictures as them as a child running through the sprinklers without a shirt on or something like that.
harmless.
I mean, I'm from Mayaca City. I'm from the country. Like we live without our clothes on.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it a little bit, but that don't seem like that would be the case if they're inside. They're not running through a sprinkler.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like outside activities. Laying on a bed in a bathing suit ain't the same as going down a slip and slide on a bathing suit. See what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No, I agree. I agree.
No, there's nothing wrong. What's the difference? Maybe she sat down on the bed after getting her swimsuit on, so Candace snapped the picture. What's the big deal? Because she was on a bed? No, it's called you guys are finding a new way to grift. But anyway, guys, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm on here a lot longer than I wanted to be. We can come back and finish this tomorrow morning, and I can finish up with some fun little clips I found that I can actually play with the Mandela Effect. Most of it's articles, it's art, or just pictures, but I did manage to find a couple little clips. And I don't know what else we'll talk about. There's a couple other effects I want to read that I didn't get back to. The CSI effect and the bystander effect, and yeah, we'll get into that a little bit because you know what? Every one of those effects you'll find on YouTube. You will find every one of them on YouTube. But I really appreciate you all for hanging with me so late. I'm not normally a late night streamer, but I appreciate you. And thank you, Mod, if there's anybody left. I know I'm really late. And thank you for the people that gifted memberships. I appreciate that. But guys, I guess I'll see you on the YouTube streets. We'll finish this tomorrow. If you want to, or we'll just ignore it and go on to other content. I said I'd do one and done, which that's it. I want to complete this live and then it's done. But I don't have to complete it either, which will be fine with me. Anyway, these pictures, just by their descriptions, in my opinion, they didn't sound horrific. I did not see the pictures, don't want to see the pictures. Law enforcement thankfully has them finally, and they'll figure out if those pictures were anything. But these idiots thinking they should take their whole photo albums of every picture in their whole house. For what purpose? Why? Why would they do that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. But anyway, they don't make sense. They've accused them of everything. From pictures that were so tiny and so blurred, they couldn't make anything out. Go figure. Oh, and by the way, thank you for whoever sent the cash app. I appreciate that. Thank you, Renzo Scissors. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the YouTube streets. Night, everyone.